There we go.
There we go.
I said yay.
Nisa, are you good? Okay, third time's the charm. Hi everyone, welcome to a nice session of Emoris. Follow us on
Griz is a
socials.
stupid person who believes in Bigfoot. Man.
Did you even say you believed in Bigfoot? I don't know if you said that.
No,
I didn't
I'm
say
just
that.
No, he
insulting-
did. He just
insulting Griz.
says Bigfoot.
He's in the head. It says Bigfoot.
That's
I'm
okay.
insulting Griz because he fucked everything up. But we love him.
Okay. My
Anyway.
ex-wife is still a little mad about this. Right, Felis?
Oh, don't. We can't cross over
Cross the
lore.
streams. Cross
We
the
can't,
streams.
can't do cross-stream lore dumps. All right? We can't do a fucking call sideways.
Mhm.
I don't know what's happening anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too much to
Exactly.
explain.
I'll have
The
to
lore's
just
too
fucking
deep.
chug this little tiny glass of Fireball. Like it's crossing my mind right now. Already.
Back to what we were doing. Follow us on socials, you guys. Links to those will be in the Twitch chat and in the description of the YouTube video. Also, watch Doip on Sundays. It's fun. It's a
It
good
is
time.
fun.
And watch Moot this Wednesday. It's this Wednesday. It's a fun time as well. Okay, that's it. That's all I got.
I don't know.
Watch
what to do.
YouTube. Don't forget to smash that like button.
Examine your own,
subscribe button
examine your
and
own
the
soul
notification
and,
bell.
and figure out whether or not you're truly a good person. Odds are you're not.
On that
Okay,
wholesome
on that
note,
note, is everyone ready to jump into tonight's game?
I still love you.
Yeah.
So,
But Dyto.
previously on Emoris, the Silver Goats had made their way back to the tribe after a intense confrontation amongst sort of between yourselves, and then also against a group of bandits that had been lurking around the nearby town of Linjay. Once you got back home, you had a very long conversation between you lot and the matriarch, in which you eventually managed to persuade or convince her that maybe the bandits' motives weren't quite as simple or as malicious as people had originally perceived them to be. And in time, negotiations started to be made, and she agreed to work with them in making strides towards sort of a more inclusive or progressive order here in the tribe. And you all went to rest, knowing that you had, taken your own action over other people telling you information, telling you to do things that weren't necessarily true. And in doing so, you had started to make life a little bit better. And that all went out the fucking window when you were woken up about an hour later to discover that the tribe was under attack from a familiar source. Although this time it was in droves never before seen by you guys, by your eyes. But you all sprung out of your various beds and rushed to action to go find Thyra's sisters, where your search led you to the matriarch hut, and upon entering into that, you saw your mother, the matriarch, being held, barely clinging onto life, at the hands of a crimson-colored man. He demanded from you the orb that she had given to you guys, and after denying him that, combat ensued, which resulted in you guys not only losing the orb, but also losing the matriarch, before kind of barely making it out alive, thanks to your new rock friend that Alakins seems to have some connection with. Then
He's a good guy.
yeah, he's an alright guy.
Okay.
Okay.
As the entirety of the surviving tribe started to flee to the nearby town of Linjay to reconvene, you fled there with them, and most everyone important to you guys has survived. You found out, and you while you were there, you talked to Kiva about breaking the news to the people about the fate of the matriarch, and subsequently the new matriarch, and that is where we left off. So, it's a heavy recap, you guys. A lot happened in the past couple sessions.
Yeah.
As you all sit here in this tent, Thyra, you start to finish up writing your speech. And as you sort of take a step back and look at it for a moment, you prepare yourself to take the stand and talk to your people. But as for right now, you guys are all in the tent. Is there anything that you as a group would like to do
Sleep.
right
I would
now?
like to sleep eventually. No, I helped write the speech. Gonna hang out, see what Thyra needs.
Same. Pretty much.
If I recall, I was like,
Keeping an
Trying
eye
to-
on everyone around.
yeah, I was like trying to help out people who needed help, in any way
Yeah.
I could.
I'll say, for the purposes of this, you guys finish up, the two of you finish up sort of pitching tents and helping, keep people warm, give them food if they need to. And then head back to the tent to meet up with the rest of your group because it's D&D. And yeah, you guys arrive as Thyra is finishing up writing.
I have this overwhelming need to throw up.
I have vomited in front of you on countless occasions. You can just do it.
Alternatively, we're sleeping here, so it might be best to do it outside.
I don't mean here. Yeah, whatever. If you need to relieve your nervousness, you can do it.
I haven't really eaten anything to throw up, so I don't know if anything will really come out.
I could. You could feed you, and then you could throw that up. Seems like a waste of feed, though.
Yes, a waste of food it would be.
Well, I'll be there beside you, waiting for you, supporting you. So,
And if it helps, when you're up there, just look to me and picture me in my underwear.
Oh yeah, I know I want to see that.
wait,
Oh,
you
pasty.
do realise it's just supposed to picture the entire crowd in underwear, right? Not just one person.
Sure.
So
Yeah, if that.
How about we turn it on them and I just go out there in my underwear?
No, I think that'll set the wrong image.
Yeah, I'm
No,
pretty
that's
sure you got
that's a perfectly valid image of I don't give a fuck.
true, but she's the leader of an entire nation now.
That's
I
fair.
think she should give a fuck.
That's fair. That's fair.
You
The hardest part is getting those first few words out. Once you do that, the rest will just flow.
Oh, I hope you're right. Words are not
Okay,
things
so
that
you're
usually come out well.
when you're hammering home like a powerful moment, you put your thumb on your index finger like this and do this sort of motion when you're talking, and that means authority. There you go. You've got it. That's it.
Okay. I think I got it. I don't think I'll do that, but
Yeah, it's only a trick if you need it.
It's about this time that Kivas sort of walks up to the back of you and places a older hand on your shoulder, so that gives you a smile. You'll do great. Don't worry about it. Just be you. People will accept you.
that's what I'm worried about. You don't hear half of the words that come out of this mouth.
They will. They're your
they're
people,
fine
right?
words. Like, I'm not the one giving this speech, so honestly, nothing to worry about.
It's looking to be that time. Are we ready?
As ready as I'll ever be, I guess.
Are you?
Great. Let's find a place. She just sort of starts walking out, sort of leaning on the staff a little bit heavier than she normally does.
Follow
I'll
her.
help support her a little bit. Yeah.
So, if I remember correctly, you guys didn't want to go to the town square. You wanted to find somewhere outside the village that was a little bit more suited for delivering a speech.
Yeah. Maybe where there's like, I don't know, a big stump I can stand on or something. Some kind of soapbox.
Sure, that's easy enough to do. The region around here is fairly heavily forested anyway. At points here, it's a little bit less so because people have started to find a clearing to put the town into. But I mean, the forest is ever encroaching, and they do have to cut down trees. You can find a pretty reasonable stump to sit yourself on that are sort of surrounded in higher ground for your friends, the elders, and Cormac to sit around, and your sisters as well. So, as you begin walking over there, you see Kiva just turn to one of the nearby people and they go off and start gathering people, and you start to see eyes turn to you, and as you are walking forwards, people start following along. It doesn't take too long to get there, and it's all right. It's an open space, and it's in the nighttime, so there are like brief torches being held up around you to sort of illuminate yourself. You very much get the sense that eyes are on you, but they're your people, so it's nothing too out of the ordinary. As you guys are setting up, you can do anything prior to the speech, or we can go straight to it.
I would like to stand behind Thyra. I like to be standing.
I'm finding a spot, like a good section, sort of in the middle of the crowd when it's gonna form, and like so that I'll be in shot of Thyra in case I need to like do something to help encourage her. She can find me.
He's gonna actually take off his clothes.
He's gonna take off all of his clothes. Just in the middle of the crowd, just start
In
throwing
the middle
around.
of the speech, you just see Wade's arm. They're waving.
Oh
Like,
god.
what is that? Oh, it's nipple. Great.
Him trying to get out of his shirt, but he gets caught on something. I do it quickly,
He gets
gets on his
caught
head.
on
He's
his
just like, God damn it, like falls.
Sorry.
Oh god damn it! I love it.
But yes, so Cormac joins you, although off to the side. He's sort of on the back side of things, as out of view as he can be, while being up there with you guys. Your sisters, all three of them, follow up. Brita has a great deal of difficulty, sort of walking, but she is helped and sort of just ends up sitting, leaning against a smaller stump, sort of to the back end. And Otter brings his hold and just sits her down and almost like holds her chest in her hands and just like keeps her right in front of her. Doesn't really let her move. The other thing that you see is that the elders, missing one, do end up flanking behind you. There is sort of a gentle recognition in their faces as well as they come up. Even Sinead, who has been sort of antagonistic towards you in the past, just sort of gives you a nod and just stands there stoically. She's acknowledging what's about to come.
Should we get to the show on the road then?
Aye.
What time make the present?
Anybody want to make a big boom sound?
Could scream, but essentially probably saying the wrong message.
Are you being honest? Like, or is that a joke?
No, I mean, like, let's get everybody's attention, let them know things are starting.
Thaumaturgy, and I'll make the like a clap of thunder with fucking thaumaturgy.
All the eyes just turn to Alakian, who's just standing there like,
Well, there you go. It's all yours.
All right. Well, as most of you may know, I'm not very good at this whole talking business, but let's try and give this a little bit of a go. So tonight has been trying for all of us. Our tribe was attacked by a cultist army of the Scorched King and their leader, Esprit. This was an occurrence that we could not prepare for, and nobody could have predicted. The tribe was in possession of something that they wanted, And by the reports I've gotten, they got it. But unfortunately, it was not before this Esprit had a chance to. I can't look at you guys. I can't look at you guys.
I'm not doing anything.
But not before the leader and the cultist were able to slay the matriarch. I could not save her. By the time that I found her, it was too late. She found out that one of my sisters was still in the tent with the leader. I kind of look over at Oda and Isolde's direction.
Not to like put her head down and sort of shrink back into Oda's arms, but she's staying there.
She chose to cause a distraction so that we could get ourselves out and try and protect the item that they needed. And her death will not be in vain, and those who are responsible will be brought to justice. As the new matriarch of the Matan Baron tribe, I will personally see to the task. Now, some of you may be wondering what we'll do next. Our homes, they're still burning. Lots of lives were lost. But we will recover from this. The tribe will be rebuilt here or somewhere else. The Matan Baron tribe, it's not a people, it's not a place, it's a people. I don't believe the attackers will return. I think they got what they came for. So it'll be safe to return back to the village once the fires have been dealt with and the damage has been assessed. This is not the first attack our people have faced, and I'm sure there will be many more on the horizons. And with each of those, we will face each challenge stronger together. And with my absence, I'll need to leave somebody in my stead to take care of the day-to-day goings-on, and I'll gesture over to Oda.
Yeah, you see Oda, who kind of looks a bit surprised at the notion. Her like face kind of like slackens a little bit. She like sort of gently pushes the soul over to Brita and starts walking up a little bit.
Oda will take up the mantle of the daily tribal running. Her will is my will. I and my sisters, and probably a fair few of you, would not be here without the help of some of the new faces in our tribe. And I'll kind of point to some of the, like, Izzy and Free and ending with Cormac. And I've decided, for his valiant effort, specifically to Cormac, in the attempt of saving not only my life, but also my sister's, we are giving him a position in our Council of Elders. I'll see how people react to that.
You see his face also like kind of like the eyebrow raises. He not necessarily had time to think about that as of yet. Make a persuasion check for me.
I'm going to assist. I'm going to say, yeah.
I'm going to be honest.
From in the crowd.
It's still going to be a straight roll.
Damn it. Trying to get the crowd to go,
14.
14. There is a great deal of murmuring around this specific topic. You see, there is sort of a fair amount of unrest amidst certain circles that you can see in the crowd. But the general consensus from what you can tell is, okay, this is new, but okay.
This is to be the first change, and a line of many more to come. Some of you may not like these decisions, as they go against decades of tradition, and some injustices must be fixed. And I'll look to whatever the boys that are still here that actually made it out, and Cormac. From this day forward, no tribesperson will be forced to leave, male or female. Any departure from the tribe will be voluntary. The males currently in the tribe will be shifting their focus not just to battle and being able to defend themselves, but to become a long-term member of the tribe. Within the coming days and months and even years, I will be meeting with the elders and the males to find out where they would like to specialize, what we can do to better them and ourselves. As such, any previous males born of the Matan Bairn who wish no ill will are welcome to return to the fold. We cannot be strong together if we're forcing out part of our people. Some of our partners outside of the tribe. Some of you have partners outside of the tribe, and if you wish to petition for them to join or have more inclusion, we will hear you out. As most of you know, I've been through what a lot of these boys have been through. I was forced to fend for myself. I know what it feels like to go days without eating because there's no game to be had. Going into a town and they look at you like you're a thief in the night. And these are injustices that we need to fix for our people. I know this has been a long night for all of us, and I can't answer all of your questions, but for tonight, rest, grieve your loss, and celebrate the living. I will run the fuck away. No, I'm not gonna run, but I'll walk away.
After you conclude your speech in turn, there was like a moment of silence before the entire crowd essentially erupts in questions. It's hard to tell over the cacophony of noise, but you do pick up on a couple of them. You hear, who are they? Where did they come from? You hear a couple of doubts about Cormac and his group specifically. You also hear, why aren't you staying? And as you turn and start walking away, you see one of the elders starts to just make their way around and just put a hand up. And then you hear from behind you this tapping sound. It's kind of loud, and it's almost akin to the thunderclap that the Lakin just made. As Kiva walks up and bangs her staff just once on the tree stump, and there is a and the silence returns again. And she says, all your questions will be answered in the future. But until then, she sort of beckons to you to come back up. Holds her hand out.
I'll go.
So brings you back around and puts her arm around you. And she leans in close and just whispers in your ear, hold the axe up.
I will take it off of my back and I will hold it up.
As you hold it up, she says, your new matriarch. And you watch as the rows of people, it's almost like a brief pause, and then the front row kneels down on one knee, and then the second row kneels down on one knee, and the third row, and it keeps going and keeps going. Even with your passive perception, you see sort of off to the side, a little ways away, you see a familiar, sort of grey-skinned half-orc woman who is still kind of like face wide, eyes sort of staring, sort of regains herself and goes down on one knee. And then Kiva sort of leans in. You did good. You can go.
I will start walking off back to our tent in that general direction.
Okay. You go, and people let you. So, is there anything else anyone wants to do tonight? Now is the time.
I don't.
Not really.
Want to go to sleep, level up, get my new.
Yup.
Tyra has
My
like
new shit.
2 hit points.
Yeah.
She could have easily been
Everyone's
assassinated.
Not with everybody standing there. Like, she would have made it out.
Anyone
Would have
else.
been fine.
Yeah, she would have been healed immediately. She would have killed that person.
Okay. So, you all quickly retreat back to the tent that you were planning your speech in. The rest of the people that you came in with, barring your group, so Cormac and his brothers, the elders in your family, all sort of stay up there, and as you walk away, you hear the clatter start to come up again as questions are being asked. And they begin starting to answer them. And they get tied up for a while. The rest of you, though, you can all reconvene back at the tent. If you want to just go ahead and just straight up sort out sleeping arrangements, that's easy enough to do. Or if you want to do anything in the meantime, that's easy enough to do. But if anyone has anything they want to do, then we'll just skip to the next morning when you guys wake up.
I would
I guess
like.
sleeping outside isn't an option much anymore.
I mean, not at least not around here. Not for a time.
But Thyra, why are you in your speech? You're not gonna stick around with your tribe.
I'm gonna find the bastard that killed my mom.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, where do we start?
Sleep first.
Information.
I
I have a
information.
few ideas of where to get it.
Aye.
Kiva says the tree was untouched, so there's at least a library in there that we can, I don't know, find out if there are any more of these orbs or where that thing is from, how to find him.
Oh, I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious where he came from, considering the portal that he opened behind him as he tried to escape.
Aye.
But as far as how to get there or to find him, that might be a little bit more difficult.
But we also have to keep in mind that Wade is on a time crunch.
Let's focus on Wade because, you know, he's still going to be around in a few months. Your person who killed your mom. Wade's best friend in a life that we can save right now is going to die in about 6 months? 4? How many months do we have left?
This
Like
point-
5 now?
At this point, you're pushing like 4.5. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
So let's focus on saving a life that we know we can do something about.
you know, we could probably 2 birds, 1 stone. We're gonna be having to do lots of research and stuff while we're at the
Oh, for sure.
libraries and things and talking to Asmin and stuff. Might as well
Mhm.
see what we can find on this flame guy.
No, sure. But before all that,
We can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm all for that.
we all need to sleep. Especially you, Tyler. Especially you.
You make it sound like I almost died tonight.
You did almost die tonight. I had to lift your unconscious body into the claws of a giant eagle.
It was a rock.
It's a giant eagle. Doesn't fucking matter.
He has feelings, okay?
It's not here.
It might matter to the rock.
Wonder if
When the
I
rock's
could,
around, I'll call him a rock.
Wonder if I could like turn us into something like that. You know?
I'll be back later. I'm gonna get up and I'm going to search one more time for my nighttime companion from before.
Okay. So Izzy goes off and does that. You'll be looking for a while, but for the purposes of this, make a perception check.
Perception. Fuck. Oh, that's really good actually. 19.
19. Yeah, you search around for about an hour and a half.
I asked.
You're not
people.
seeing anything.
Oh, she's dead.
It's all your fault. You killed her.
Yeah.
But the rest of you?
I'm just gonna spend a little bit of time with my sisters and probably end up in a cuddle puddle pile with all of them and go to sleep.
Okay, sure, yeah. So they come back slightly before the elders and Cormac's group. You get the sense that Brita is just simply too weak to be up there for that amount of time, and the stress is just too much, and Isolde is in no mental shape to be dealing with it at all. But Otter helps them both back, and you all sort of convene. And there's a moment where Otter just sort of like grabs your hand for a second and just holds it, and like sort of her eyes sort of meet yours, and that little like silvery white. You start to see like a little bit more translucency appear at the bottom of the eye, and she's like, "Thanks for, offering that to me."
Well, it'll be good practice for when I make you an elder.
Right. Yeah. That's probably sooner than we think, eh?
It's quite possible. There is a war coming, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Nobody just kills a matriarch and it gets swept under the rug.
Right. Yeah.
You'll do good.
I'll do you proud. And then you all just
Proud.
like
Yep.
come out. So the rest of you are all sleeping in similar arrangements, I assume.
It's an
Yeah.
attempt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sure thing.
I just kind of talked to Kev a little bit, trying to workshop some ideas on how to recreate what the druids did. Like, how did they do that, turning us into animals, etc. And we just kind of talked through it.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, there is an intense conversation that ensues. Part of it gets sidetracked about who would be the stronger gator if they polymorph both of you.
Gator
the general
Zilla or King Croc, which we all know King Croc would never stand a chance, but
Which so as you begin talking about who would be the more formidable alligator, you guys don't reach a conclusion. You are of the opinion that you are stronger than Kev, so your gator form will be much stronger. And Kev is of the opinion that he's smarter, so he would definitely win the fight. And you guys eventually just like agree to disagree and give up. And then the sleep finds you, and it's comfortable enough, as it were. But yeah, so you guys all rest for the night. You are undisturbed. And you all level up to level 7. So you get all your new shit. Woo-woo! As you wake up in the morning. And you can
Level 6.
reconvene. So, we can do a little bit of roleplay here about anything that anyone wants to do. And then what we'll do is we'll take a week of downtime for you guys to collect yourselves. And then we'll do whatever you guys want to do. So, the stage is yours.
Okay, sorry, I was just setting up my wall. It's there.
I mean, there are things that I would want to do in that week, but like immediately after.
Yeah.
Okay, sure thing. So, you are all.
Well,
Later
immediately
on-
after, I would want to go assess the damage at the tribe. But...
Yes. So later in that day, on that very first day, you are all invited to go and take a look at the damage and assess the plausibility of rebuilding from where you are, etc. So Kiva, we'll say, takes you down there, flanked by a couple of sort of the stronger warriors that they have here in the tribe. The rest of the elders, you get the sense, are too busy, containing.
Picking up my mess?
Sure. But Kiva takes you down there. She starts bringing you through, and you see that the tribe itself is pretty much there are large portions of it that are just flattened to cinders and embers. Some of the fires are still going the next day. You would wager that at least 80% of it is damaged in some way. About 40% is just gone. So you could, in theory, rebuild here. The damage isn't so bad that you cannot come back off of this particular place. But it is at the point where if you wanted to rehome, it would be a viable option. As you walk around, you notice that the trade huts are gone. They have been pillaged, and whatever wasn't was burned. The fishing house is done. The gardens are done. Kiva's house is done. The cooking huts have sustained sort of pretty bad damage. One of them is still okay, possibly able to be used again, but the other two are just really, really bad. As you start walking in, you feel the boards underneath you start to just wobble and shake and crumble. The hunting house is okay at this point in time, and the smith is all right. It's got a fair amount of damage on the south side, but the forge is intact, and some of the weaponry that they had in reserve is also fine.
Is my rapier done in there?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Or an investigation check, this would be, because you're fumbling
Okay.
through stuff, which is better for you.
Investigation, that is 17 total.
17. If I remember correctly, your rapier was made of crystal, correct?
Obsidian.
Obsidian. Takes a bit of digging, but eventually you do find a pristine black blade that's sort of resting in the soot. Can't be burned, so it's okay.
R.I.P. hippie stick.
Yeah,
Well,
actually,
Hippie stick there.
I'm looking
Yeah, I was
for
gonna
pout
say.
pout.
The hippie stick is not there.
Well, the hippie
Have a good
stick
run.
wouldn't be in the smithy. I left it with my sister,
Which sister did you leave it with? Oh, you left with Brita?
Rita. Mm-hmm.
You could ask her about it.
Am I?
Okay, where's pout pout
No,
though?
Pow was left in the tree. So
I
Pow
know.
Pow-
We need to go to the tree. That's what I need to do.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you go to the tree, and as you are walking up to the tree, you see the tree is not untouched, whereas people thought that it had been sort of left out from the fire because of its unique location, sort of separated from the other buildings because it is the tree of the matriarch. It has sustained some damage. You see, like the willow fronds on one side are like almost completely barren and like thin strings at this point. And they just sort of go out and put your hand to them, Wade. You put your hand on one of the fronds and it just crumbles into ash. But the doorway is intact. And as you sort of open the door and walk in, the inside appears to be okay. There has not notably been any damage here. But it strikes you, Thyra. It's a strange vibe here. Like this place which is full of memories of you growing up and your mother being here and your family being a whole is now just sort of tainted in something different. It feels empty. As you sort of look around in the house itself, there are two things that you find. The first, in the training room downstairs, is the loot that you were promised for completing your quest. There is a small chest of 1,000 gold
I was
pieces.
expecting that to be gold.
Same. Holy shit.
There is a broom of flying and a set of horseshoes of speed. You wager it's possible that the matriarch brought them back in the time that you were asleep. And the other thing that you find, sitting up on sort of one of the kitchen counters, is a large glass tank filled with water and a small floating blue fish there.
Belly up.
Make a
Is it belly
perception
up?
check.
I'm gonna look too.
That's a
That
Because I did
19.
use that fish.
Plus
Ooh.
something.
Mine's a 7. Hey, I rolled a 17 too. Mine's a 17
Plus
plus
4.
7.
21.
Okay. Yeah. As you all like run to crowd around the fish, everyone starts looking at it really intently. It is moving, although it looks skinny.
It
I
needs
haven't fed it in
food.
like a day. I'll feed it because I should have his food on me.
Okay, you drop some food in the tank, and it does start gingerly swimming up, and it does eat.
I wonder
You're
if he
welcome,
still
Sharp.
likes it here.
Would you like to find out?
Yeah. Make sure he's doing all right.
I'll spend 10 minutes to ritually cast speak with animals.
Okay,
Thank you, Baka.
Yeah, thanks, Baka.
thanks, Sharp.
400 bits.
You're welcome.
of-
Yeah,
I love that fish.
So you take the 10 minutes to cast the spell, and you see his little aura start to appear, and he's just sort of swimming around in the tank. What do you say?
How are you doing there, little guy?
I like it here. It's warm in here. I like it.
I'm going to. Okay, I prepared this. I'm gonna pull him out of the tank, dump the water real quick, create water back into the tank, and drop him in it.
Okay, you drop him in, and it's cold in here. I like it.
It'll feel a lot better. Apparently, his water was very hot.
Well, that's not good. Unless he's a tropical fish, maybe he likes that.
Maybe he peed the tank.
Ask him if he peed the tank.
Did you pee? Wait, where else is he gonna pee but in the tank?
Kev, you moron.
They'll never know it was me. I didn't say that. It came out of your mouth, not mine.
They'll never
I
know.
think with a little bit of food and with some fresh water, he'll be all right.
That's good.
Thanks, Nissa, for your 78 bits.
All of the pout bits. Throw
Okay,
bits
we're
at
giving bits. Here's some bits.
All right, so now we know what our bit mote's gonna be whenever we actually get to that point. It's gonna
Oh.
be the pout emote fish.
I know.
If you want to feed pout, donate
with
bit.
bit.
Pout
We need to
champ.
get like an interactive pout that you can feed on the stream.
Yeah, it has to be a little cup of the fish in it, and like Thyra's hand comes up and drops
little-
stuff into it.
Just make a
Drop
gif
bits
of
into a cup.
a fish just swimming around in circles in the cup.
Yeah.
I like it here.
But yeah, so the contents of the house are otherwise untouched. There is one other stop that you have to make, and that is the matriarch hut. And as you sort of walk into it, you can see that the roof is completely tattered and shaven apart. Most of the cloth and the wooden walls have sustained kind of immense fire damage, and a lot of this sort of standing structure is fallen. The bodies are all still on the floor. There has been no real attempt to clean up, apart from one, which is not in the place that it was before. You see, whereas sort of at the front entrance was where your mother dropped, now she is sort of sitting in the throne, head down, unmoving. Sort of a great part of her skin is sort of darkened and cracking and dry. But she's in the throne.
Is
Eyes of the
anybody else?
Eyes of the grave? Yeah, Alakin just his eyes turn white for a second.
That's undead too.
She's not undead. She is
Okay.
not breathing at all. She's completely unliving. She's just sitting there.
Okay.
A
I had to make sure.
little macabre. I have to say myself.
Oh, just a little bit. I'll have to get her a proper burial in the coming days.
Aye, for sure.
Well, if you've got the supplies, I can probably do a sort of funeral rite if everyone would wish.
Look around you, like, and most everything is gone.
I suppose so. But we can see what we can find and scrounge together, if nothing else.
I'm gonna walk up to my mom's dead body. Alone,
Okay.
hopefully.
As you sort of walk up to it, the one thing that you notice here, as you look at the figure, looking at the face, which is sort of like dangling down, there's no support up there. It appears that the last expression that she made had this sort of gentle smile, just cracked.
You said she's sitting on her throne?
Yeah.
This is going to be a waste of a spell slot, but can I cast Entangle to attach her head to the back of the throne so it looks like her head is not just Weekend at Bernie's?
Sure. Yeah, that's easy enough to do. You sort of grab your new axe and tap it on the ground, and these vines just. And it's gentle. Like the head doesn't just like. It's more like a gentle lifting of her. Just she sits upright.
Looks a little more natural now, I guess. But I'm gonna put my hand on her hand and in Orcish tell her, I'm sorry I couldn't do more to save you or everybody else. I'll stand there a minute with her.
Yeah. You see the people behind you, even Kiva, just sort of gently like standing there with her head down, giving you respect.
So what's the next step? What do we need to do?
Well, Lakin needs to head back to en route.
I meant in the immediate future while we're here.
Oh, well, then that. Bury your mum for one.
We'll have a
bodies.
proper burial for everyone here.
Right.
Even the intruders need something, I suppose.
I mean, it's a way
it's
to
up
get
to
rid
you.
of that, and I could oblige. It's not pleasant.
We'll see. For now, we have to decide whether we're sticking here and rebuilding or we're moving. Get your general affairs in order. We'll hold a proper funeral. Maybe we should wait on your matriarch crowning ceremony for now, since you're leaving again so soon. But there are a couple of things that we could use your help with before you go.
I will definitely help what I can.
Yeah, whatever you need.
I mean, it looks like there's a lot of damage, but it doesn't look completely lost.
You're right. And if you decide, we can rebuild. I think we have enough here.
I think rebuilding will be the best option for now.
And that's what we'll do. So yeah, is there anything else that you guys want to do in the tribe or elsewhere with the day?
Out of curiosity, what's the date-ish? Beginning of month, end of the previous month.
You're looking at it's you're barely on the cusp of winter at this point. You're looking at the end of now, so I think you're in the 24th, 25th, or something like that. You're
Okay.
right at the end.
Cool. So we should be expecting colder weather over the next couple weeks if we go that direction.
Yes.
I am quite literally possessed by a creature of fire. I'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, there are a couple of things over the next couple of weeks, or the next week, that I would want to do, like talk to Brita, talk to Riley, read books.
Yup.
That's a
Is
very
Thyra letting us
fast
keep all of the
turn.
stuff that we got, including the gold from our quest mission thing? That's the real question here.
I mean, take the items at least. Leave the gold for them. It's my vote. We don't need the gold as much as they do.
True. Yeah, the items we'll keep. The items we can use. We'll keep the gold for the tribe.
Hey,
Alright, sounds fair. Just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page.
One of
What are
those
the
days.
so,
16 super fast horseshoes.
all right,
Mhm.
horseshoes, the broom was the third thing, wasn't there?
It was the broom, the horseshoes, and the gold. That was it.
And okay, so yeah, just broom and horseshoes, sure. Give
And
the
then you
broom
got
to,
shit from stealing
Okay.
it from Cormac.
forgot
Yeah.
about that.
That was the fun stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do we know if having two horses pulling a cart would be faster, or having 4 horses for traveling
4.
with 5 people?
I mean, yeah, having more horses is I think always. I don't know horses. I think having more horses is always generally faster. It depends on how loud you want to be, how ostentatious you want to be. But you could do either or.
Are our horses still? How are the stables from the fire?
So you go to the stables, and as you sort of go and look at them, they are singed. Like there is nothing left of the stables. Specifically them, you aren't sure why, but like they are gone.
And their horses?
Make a perception check.
Oh,
He killed the horse.
Jack. That's a 5.
Oh, it's a natural 18 plus 7,
No.
25.
Yeah,
I look.
Izzy, it's hard to say for you. Thyra, you do sort of see a familiar, like, sort of tail and rear end of a something down on the ground, not
I'm gonna
moving.
go check out, see what the something is.
Yeah, you start pulling all the ash and soot away. There really isn't much left here. A big chunk has sort of been taken out of the underside, but it was one of your horses.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Well, it looks like
Which
they
one
got.
was it?
They got. Yeah, Equa. Which horse was it?
It's Flapjack.
Yeah.
That's not one of our
Get
horses.
fucked.
Sprinkle.
That's not one of our horses.
What's the horse's name? Pancake?
Lucky
I don't know.
and
Picnic and Lucky.
Picnic.
Okay.
He gave
Oh,
us too many
no.
people. You had to kill some.
You've come up with a lot of horse names that were all food related.
Yeah, for some reason I thought we still had Flapjack.
Nope,
Oh.
Flapjack was one that you met at the stable, and we ended up going
Mhm.
with Picnic and Lucky.
Lucky, not Lucky.
Looks like we're trying to get some new horses. And a new
Maybe we
cart.
can get some from Linjay.
Good.
Or
Maybe.
wherever we decide to travel to.
Mhm.
Hey,
We
we
take the
just-
quick teleport.
Is that the teleport? So it leaves. We could just head back. eh?
Sharp!
Uh,
500 for killing the horses. That's my boy.
That's great.
I'm gonna.
That's my
good.
boy.
I think Sharp hates horses.
Hit him where it
gonna-
hurts.
I'm gonna suspend Sharp for 3 minutes. No.
I'm gonna
Time out.
cut some of my hair and
Oh
leave
my
it
God.
with Picnic.
He
You were a
always
good
did like
horse,
hair.
Picnic.
I was planning on eating that horse when it died.
I mean,
Oh
you
my
still can, at least
goodness.
it's cooked now.
Yeah, it seems a little weird to do that right now.
Nope.
Have you never had horse before? It's great. Horse falls, you butcher it, you eat horse for a week.
Not one that you've come to get attached to. Thank you very much.
Oh no, definitely those ones. They feed you. It's part of their family. It's a good thing. It's back into the community. It's good. I grew up in a port town. All right, we ate a lot of named animals.
So did I, but I didn't have any pets.
We were also poor. Did I say that already? Well,
Well, I'm going to go try and find my sister.
alright. I'm gonna start collecting the dead, I guess, and getting them ready to bury.
I'm sure Una can help you where to put them.
For sure. Yeah, I'll start collecting bodies, and for the tribe members, I'll be respectful. For the cultists, I'll just dump in a pile.
Okay, sure thing.
If I can't tell, I'll be respectful.
I'll start digging the graves for the horses.
Bless them.
Since nobody else will.
Yeah, we're just people to bury.
Everyone else is just fucking drooling over them. Wade's like, I'll miss you. Yeah. Cool. So, Thyra's heading back to Linjay. The two of you.
I, for one, want to go to the bandit camp and see if their shit's still there, or whether somebody went and took it.
Okay, you can go there. Free.
She will, I guess, offer help in cooking and whatnot for people who need food back at the site we're at.
Awesome. So, you guys spend the day doing various errands. Alekian, you go back to the bandit camp. When you arrive, you see that the crate of money that Wade was sort of hovering over, that's gone.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So, Thyra, you're talking to your sisters. It's very easy to do. Notably, Britta seems to be feeling better, but there are very, very deep burn scars all over her arm and leg that she's kind of like flaunting kind of proudly.
You know, Runt, you should... Good for you for showing your scars proudly.
Yeah,
And I
well,
show the side of my torso that is still just burned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she sort of like massages the deltoid and like looks at her shoulder and pats it. Makes me look kind of badass, so I'm happy. Ish.
I have an odd question for you.
Okay.
That staff I had you working on, were you able to finish it while I was out?
Yeah, I finished it. It's last I saw it was still in the smithing huts. I didn't have time to grab it or anything.
Alright, that's fine. How's everybody else doing over here?
We're okay. Sticking together, as you'd imagine.
That's what we should be doing right now.
Yeah. It's alright.
Do you wanna take on my duties for a day? I'll let you.
Oh, no, you're fine. I could, but it's too many things to do here, so it's all right.
You mean you don't want to talk to everybody?
Nope, rather not. Not right now. Nope. I don't envy you.
I don't envy me either.
So, when are you leaving?
I'm not sure. We've got to look some things up in the libraries in the next couple of days. We have to make sure that... I want to make sure that the rebuilding process has been started and underway before I leave. It'll probably be another week or so.
Okay. Right, I just wanted to know.
We'll have time together. I shouldn't be gone as long this time.
hope not. Honestly.
You got a lot of
Right,
me
let's
and you
get
don't.
happy. Just that's sitting up. What did you say to her?
I was gonna say something, but she would have started laughing at her. She was about to make it just as awkward.
Anyway, she starts sitting up and is like, I don't want to get sappy or nothing. If you need me or anyone, well, I'll be here, for another day or so.
Yeah, the fires are still burning. It's not exactly safe for a lot of people to be in the village at the moment.
Yeah, well, we'll get them done. Did you see, did you find Mom?
I did.
That's good. Make sure she's, getting the right treatment.
She's comfortable for now.
Right.
If you
She
want
just
to see her, just let me know.
Yeah, yeah. Sort of gets quiet
Maybe
for
we
a
can.
while.
We'll go a little later. I've got duties to attend to.
Yeah, go. Do your matriarch stuff.
I'll give her a hug before I leave. And a quick
Yeah.
kiss on the head. Runt.
I'll fucking beat your ass one day. I swear to Melora.
It'll be one hell of a day.
Yep. Just you wait.
I flip my axe in my hand a little bit.
So yeah. So we'll say for the purposes of that wraps up your first day here. Just generally helping out, doing stuff.
Really quick, Equa.
Yes.
Whenever I get back to like the makeshift town, I want to see if I can find Kiva. Like before the end of the day, I want to see if I can find Kiva.
Okay, sure. Yeah, it's easy enough to do. You see her flitting around.
Yeah.
She's being a busybody.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I went and checked on the bandit cap earlier today, and I wanted to make sure that the money that was there was retrieved and given back.
Yeah, no, it's my understanding that it wasn't all stolen, but there was a couple hundred gold there that actually belonged to Linjay. So that's been returned, although they're putting it into, getting us back on our feet. They don't want us to stick around for too long, obviously.
Could understand that.
Listen, I know y'all wanted to give us your money for completing your little quest. We're not really gold focused anyway, and we have enough as we are. I think you should take it. Especially seeing as, how you've rectified some issues. You deserve it.
Well, I'm not one to disagree, but that's be something that you need to take up with the matriarch, because she's the one that insisted that we leave it in the first place.
Right you are. But I was, letting you know.
I appreciate it, and like I said, I would be more than happy to oblige, because I can tell that you are a very proud people, and don't appreciate handouts, I suppose.
Oh, it's not that. I think you just deserve it more right now.
Like I said, I don't have any qualms with it, but it's the Thyra that you would need to talk to and convince, which I know is probably a very hard task.
Oh, she'll listen to me. She's practically my daughter anyway. Don't tell her I said that.
Alright, I won't. Just for you.
Right. If you need anything, you know where I am.
Same goes for you.
She nods and goes off. So, your first day is completed. You will return to the tribe for the night. And the next day ensues. We'll just speed recap the next week or so. The one thing that you do notice when you wake up the next day and you sort of go outside, the weather itself now is a little bit cloudy. It's grey. It's not. You don't think it's going to rain or anything, but it is grey outside. And the one thing that you do notice is little specks of like this greyish white that just fall, maybe about that big, from the sky. And you
Like ash or snow?
So you go out and put your hand to it, and it is about the right time for snow to start appearing, a little bit early. But as you put your hand out, it's not cold to the touch. It's just that the ash from the tribe has now started making its way eastward.
Are there embers still in the ash?
At this point in time, you catch a couple, but the news greets you early enough that the fires are now starting to be contained. There is no more damage expected to really hit.
So Lin Jay's not going to be set on fire.
Not that you can see, no.
Okay. That was what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Because if embers are flying through the air, that
The ones that you see are minimal, tiny, and sparse.
Okay.
They're just the aftermath of what's happened. That's all it is. But yeah, so for the rest of the week, what does everyone want to do?
I want to talk to Riley after I've been back to the village again. I want to talk to Cormac within this week. And
Okay.
I want to do my axe thing.
Sure. So, we'll say you can talk to Riley pretty early on in the week. She's just sort of gently waiting for you to make an approach to her. And you do so. I'll say you find her sitting outside one of the tents, sort of helping instruct people and order them around with her natural, leadership skills that she has learned. And she sees you coming. Hi.
Hi, can I speak to you in private for a few minutes?
Yeah, sure. You got this? And you see sort of a young woman's like, yeah, no, you're fine. Go. It's like, cool. All right. And she leads you off to one of the inside of one of the tents that she's been staying at. So,
Well, as you heard, I'll be leaving again soon.
I did. Yeah.
I put my hand in my pack and I pull out a stack of papers. You should have these. I did write. I was just too afraid to go into a town to send them.
She gingerly takes the small stack and I didn't think you be much of the type, honestly. Folds them and puts them in a pack. But
Usually not.
It's nice. How are you doing?
Honestly, I haven't had enough me time to process what's going on between Kiva and the goats and everything else. Just trying to take care of my sisters right now.
Right. I can't say I blame you for that. No, I get it. I don't want to bog you down with stuff, so I've been, leaving you to you for a bit.
I could use the distraction. It was a difficult night.
You see the face sort of has a slight twitch in it, as if a thought has come across her head. You know what you need? It's not about me, obviously, but I might still have a couple of lingering feelings from everything, and you clearly are dealing with a lot. Let's make an appointment, and we'll, like old time's sake, we'll punch each other up for a bit and see if we can get some of that out.
You know what? That is actually probably what I need. I haven't been able to punch anything for a couple of days now.
Yeah, I figured you were getting a little bit stale, a little bit tired of it. I can see your eyebrow twitching.
I'm not as afraid to fight these days, so...
No, wow. You seem to be controlling it a little bit more, so that's good. But just, yeah, you know, whenever you're ready, just let me know.
You know what else I could use right now?
What's that?
I give her a hug.
Yeah, there's like a gentle, like...
Aww.
Okay. And she gives like a hug back.
Alright. Actually, I had another question. What is your position in the tribe now?
Now, friend of the matriarch, I suppose. I don't know. It's up to you, I guess.
Well, how would you like an even better position?
I mean, you know, whatever you'd like. I'll take.
I wanted to bring it up with you before I brought it up with Kiva, but
What position are you offering her?
basically a guard position for me and my sisters. Like head of security, basically, kind of.
Okay, I was wondering because my earphones plugged out. Yeah, she takes a moment and thinks about it. You know, I could probably do well with you and Ada and Isolde. That breeder doesn't really like having people, you know, sort of do that for her. But
Does that? But you could still be around if backup. Or
I think I could do that. Yeah.
I would appreciate that. I would like knowing I can trust who has their back. Not saying I don't trust everybody else in the tribe, but usually when you have a personal connection with someone, you feel a little safer.
No, I get it. I do. Be my honor, Miss Matriarch.
I'm still not used to that yet.
Yeah, me neither.
Alright, I'll let you get back to whatever you're doing. I have more people I've got to talk to. Things to do.
Sure thing. Well, I'll be here. So you go leave.
I like it scurries off before she leaves.
We'll let you talk to Cormac in a bit, but before then, anyone else want to do anything in the week?
I would like to talk to Thyra's sister, the one that got burned.
Sure. Yeah, you can find her in the tent.
I will approach her, sit down. So how does the recovery going?
Oh, I am good as gold, you know. Perfect shape. Yep.
I'm gonna roll an insight check on that bullshit.
Oh, that's a check.
14.
Yeah, you see, as she's saying that, there is like a gentle twinge in her leg as it just sort of kicks up a little bit as you sit down next to her.
Alright, so you're still gonna continue to lie to me the entire time I'm here, or are you gonna speak to me as a, like with truths?
Trust I am. Fine. I'll be back on my feet in like probably an hour or two.
Seeing that her leg was bothering her, Isabel is going to kind of look at her for a second and kind of look at the leg and go, "This isn't going to work, is it?" And so I touch her leg, and when she does, Isabel's hand bursts into blue fire, and I use lay on hands to heal whatever damage is currently hurting her.
Okay, sure. As you put your hand down on the leg, you feel her, and like the leg sort of kicks up a little bit, but you position your hand on top of like the sort of lower thigh above the knee. And you focus for a second and sort of start to meditate, and you feel this energy come from within, almost like within your chest and down your arm. It's a different feeling to how the parasite gives you energy, where it comes from the back of your brain and sort of spine. This one comes from a different area, and as you open your eyes, you feel this flash of, and the leg sort of starts to rest a little bit. You hear in the back of your head this.
Chaos
All right.
will remember this.
So that was new. Done that before.
Thanks, I guess. I mean, I don't think I needed it, but I appreciate it.
My hand just like is like blue fire, right? That wasn't red.
No, I mean, it looked blue to me.
All right, yeah, that's not good.
Can
Well,
can you not see blue? Can you only see red?
no, more
I'm
of the fact that
colorblind.
I've never been able to make blue fire. It's always been like black and red, like the full of smoke. Has never been. I also can't heal people. I think I healed your leg. That's not something I've ever been able to do.
I mean, cool. Yeah, great. I'm happy for you. That's cool.
Hi.
Thanks.
All right. Sure. If you ever need more healing, I guess I can do that now.
Thanks. Yeah. Cool.
Fantastic.
All right.
Well, that's it. That's all. Just want to make sure you're all right.
Yeah. No, I'm glad we had this moment together. That's fun.
Or calm down and practically family. I'm gonna ruffle her hair as I leave.
Yeah, you just leave this like kind of awkward conversation that you just had with Thyra's sister that you barely met. This like moment of self-actualization, realization where you're like, "Oh shit, what is this?" And she's just like, "Yeah,
Cool, bro.
I'm having a moment here. I need you to be quiet.
But yeah, that's easy enough to do. The burn mark still stays, but you feel the leg. It's a little easier. Awesome. So, everyone else?
I would like to spend the week obviously helping in any way I can, but the key thing I want to do is go around asking different people to show me the most badass animal they've ever seen. Because
Okay.
a lot of them are druids, so I want them to turn into the most badass, aggressive, mean animal, whatever.
Okay, make a persuasion check or a charisma check, just general charisma check.
Come on, baby. Roll a nat 1.
Oh no!
Yeah. Asking around, you get a lot of strange looks for the like
It's a 9,
southern
technically,
boy
though.
who just that's a 9. That's not bad. You like this strange like southern boy who just wandered into town, was like, show me your favorite animal. And they're like, okay. And you get the sense that a lot of them aren't even druids. Like a lot of them are just hunters, gatherers, and just regular old citizens. And the ones that are druids aren't nearly strong enough to like get anything impressive. You do find sort of one of the younger druids does turn into a panther, which is cool. Like, oh, that's cool. That's kind of neat. And eventually you hit the elders. And
I mean, at least Kiva shows me one.
you don't actually find Kiva. You find Sinead, who is the
Oh no!
sort of sterner one. And you sort of bring up the idea to her, and she's like, "You're wanting a cool animal?"
Well, yeah. It's for a good cause. It's so that I can protect Thyra, if it ever comes down to it.
Right.
Something tough, scary, mean.
Yeah, you look
Hey.
like you can do that. Protect Thyra.
Oh, trust me,
Well.
I have been.
A lot of. I don't really want to spend so much of my effort doing this, but you are a friend of the matriarch, I suppose. Here, come here. And she sort of snaps her fingers, and like a young child starts walking over, and she's like, "Sit down." And the child sits. She's like, "Okay." And you see Sinead sort of like turn to you. You might find some use in this one of my personal favorites. She pulls out a cocoon from her pocket and sort of rubs it in her hands as it rolls. And you see her pull her hand away, and suddenly where there was like a small child, maybe like 1.5 feet, 2 feet tall, there is now a woolly mammoth that just sits there and like stares at you, and you see the giant head just tilt sideways, and it like almost can't contain the massive form that it now is, and it starts to fall over.
Like a
This is
toddler, like a mammoth toddler.
So this is good in Arctic or tropical climates, from what I hear. One of my favorites anyway. And you see as the mammoth starts getting up, you see a lot of like looks start to come this way, and the child like turns around and starting to run off in a different direction towards some tents, and she's like, all right, clicks her fingers in the form, and as this child appears in midair and
Kills the baby.
Thank you very
Right.
much. I could definitely get some use out of that one.
I hope you do. Do be careful.
I will.
So you learn a couple of forms in that.
Sweet. I really wish I had rolled anything but a 1, but you know.
You could have had so many more.
That's
Free,
it.
you doing anything?
Yes. I wanted to send some messages this week and talk to Eva.
Okay, so what we'll do, because we're nearing break time, is we'll send messages and then we'll come back and you can talk to Kiva, and then we'll do Cormac, we'll do a Lakin as well. That's what we'll do. So,
Okay.
who would you like to send your messages to?
First message is to our bard friend, whose name I have, but have apparently forgot to write down on my lovely little
Bard.
web
Its name is
stuff.
Rodar.
Rodar,
Yeah,
yes.
Rodin.
I remember.
And she's going to say, whatever time of day it is, afternoon, could you quickly tell me, was the Scorch King the villain or the hero, name of the tale, and who it was originally written or told by?
Okay. You feel the message go out, and the response comes. Nice to hear from you again. I don't know if it was a villain necessarily. Didn't work alone though. You might have seen him in fairy tales or plays now and then. The tale is not, and then it cuts out.
Damn it.
True bard fashion.
More than
Fuck you,
one.
Rodney.
You've got sending spells. It's fine. This is a whole week of time. You're good.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that one for now, I guess. What was something else I wanted to message about? Yes, to Duel.
Mhm.
Where is the task you wanted us to carry out? Apologies for a long delay. We had issues with the Scorched King cult. No details over message, and that's it.
Okay. The response comes. Interesting. Are you okay? Shouldn't spare too many details. Very north side of Aegeus.
So closer than we thought. Okay. Yes. Okay, and then the third one will be back to that bard. See if she can get him to continue.
Sure.
Specifically, something about the Scorched King or other names.
Okay. Yeah, the response comes. Oh, you cut out for a minute there. Right. Mostly goes by the Scorched King. I believe they used to be called the Watches. Look around in museums. I think Crawd is a good place to find out.
Okay. That's some useful information. Perfect. And that's my 3 messages for now.
Okay. So, we'll say for the purposes of this is, you guys traveling through the week as time goes on. But since it's a little past that time, we'll go ahead and take a break there. And when we come back, we will wrap up you guys finishing the Mathan Bear and stuff, and then probably set off on your next leg of the journey, so start thinking about where you want to go. But until then, we're back here in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you guys, to continue the story. So go pee, get snacks and stuff, and we'll be back here soon. Okay, bye.
Equals dead ancestors. What's up, everybody?
Welcome back. So
This is the topic of conversation.
Yeah, it was.
we come back into our week of downtime. Let's go with we did Izzy and Wade, a little bit of half of Free and half of Thyra. Alakin, are you doing anything this time?
Well, as long as I'm not getting like pulled in every direction to try and help people, which I'm not opposed to, I do want to try and take at least some time out of probably at least a couple days just to kind of meditate and try to reach out to the Raven Queen just to kind of say, hey, hi, how's it going? And just kind of touch base, as it were.
Okay, sure. Make a religion check for me.
Okay. That is an 11.
Okay. You find a space, not too far away from the village, sort of at night, where you feel like you are most attuned to her presence and begin to try and reach out. And as you do so, there is no immediate effect. You aren't at this point sure if she's really there watching as intently as normal. There is no visible sign of her presence over you, but you send your message out.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much how my day goes.
Coolio. So we'll go back to you, Free. Free, you wanted to speak to Kiva?
Yes, and I had one more message to send just to check in on Shawnee.
Okay, you can do that first if you like.
Yeah, just a quick. Hey Shawnee, how are things going? Hope that you guys are keeping safe. We're all right. Maybe seeing you soon? Question mark.
Yeah, the response comes back to you. She says, "Things are pretty good. Husband has work a lot, so I am home alone. But the city is nice. Hope to see you soon."
So cute. Perfect. And then find Kiva.
Okay.
Fun.
It's not hard to do. She's always around somewhere, ordering someone to do something.
We will wander over. Afternoon. Do you mind if I borrow you for a few minutes?
No, of course not. We can go find somewhere. Sure. Sort of waves to a group of passers-by and walks you off somewhere cozier.
All right. So, I'm not usually one to pry, but you've had your eyes on Cormac. May I ask what's going on?
Well, he's a new person in the tribe, and he's a man. It's unseen for people to be here for as long as he has and make such an impact that he has.
I know it's more than that.
Make a persuasion
You
check.
don't have to. All right. Oh, 10, but my persuasion is an 11, so 21.
Ah,
Jesus
Very good.
Christ.
Lord.
Yup.
yeah. She kind of like stares you for a second, and then like cracks kind of like a half smile, I didn't think it'd be that obvious.
I'm just
Must
good
be
at reading people.
Yeah, clearly. No, there's it's complicated.
Complicated by blood.
You could say that. I don't even know if he knows.
You don't have to admit it to me, but that boy's choice was taken away from him at a young age. I think it's right for you to tell him the truth and let him decide what he wants to do with it. The longer you wait, the more he may come to resent it. He's got his own people now. They may see it differently. Don't ruin the chance you have by lying or hiding.
Yeah, he's had near 50 years of resentment to build up, as I'm sure you've been aware. I think I might let him get settled down a bit first.
All right. Just be prepared for the question why this was more important than him. And Free walks away before she can speak.
Fair enough. You do so. You see for the rest of the week, she kind of like has an eye on you. Like wherever you go, she just kind of like acknowledges where you are. But she's not, not doing anything. Cool. So, Thyra, you wanted to talk to Cormac.
Yep.
It's easy enough to do. You find him along the way.
How's it going after the big announcement?
Oh, right. Things have been weird.
Good weird? Bad weird?
A bit of both. I've been getting a fair few comments here and there. A lot of looks from people that don't quite accept me yet, but the old bat seems to think that they will in time, which I'm hoping out for.
You're gonna have to be more specific. Which old bat?
Oh, the old bat. The one that's always following you around.
You seem not to like her too much. She's probably the nicer of the lot.
She's alright, she's just crazy. I think her brain's going in her old age or something.
Sometimes your brain goes with young age as well.
Ah, right. Listen, you didn't have to do that for me. I appreciate you doing that. It probably doesn't push you in the most positive light, but thank you.
You're welcome. It's what the tribe deserves. It's what you deserve.
You're right about
would
that.
probably be dead if you wouldn't have been there.
Yeah, well, she's alright now. That's what's important.
I mean, you could have easily taken her, slit her throat. Nobody would have been the wiser. There were a lot of bad decisions you could have made that night, and you made the right one. At least for our side.
I suppose it is our side now, isn't it?
It is. Aye.
What are you gonna do about their side?
Well, I personally want to kill the man who killed my mom.
Of course.
But we'll have to find him first. Hunt them down.
they seem to be quite organized. I don't know why they came here, but must have been for something important. If you're going after them, just make sure that you're watching yourself.
It's not the first time we've encountered them. This is just the first time directly.
Well, at least you have some knowledge, I suppose.
Bare bones, but I guess a little bit to go on.
I mean, regardless, try to, be a little bit careful. Not that I couldn't run this place by myself, but I think that you probably deserve a shot.
My time will come.
It will, you're right.
And at this point, you're in a slight place of power here.
Yeah, you know how weird it is to be surrounded by old women who can do magic powers, and I'm just here with a knife?
That was my world for 18 years. Well, 15 when I left, but all I had was an axe. No powers.
Well, it's good to see that you came out on top of things, eh?
Not in the way I would have hoped. But you don't always need magic to be strong.
Oh, I know that. But,
So, do you know which one is yours? Is she still alive?
what are you talking about?
Your mom? Do you know which one she is?
Oh, no. God, no. That's not a question that I need answered.
That could be a good reason. When you finally come around to asking it, you might find you actually like the person it turns out to be. And then you'll resent him for it.
Are you saying something right now? Do you know... Is she here? Do you know who she is?
I don't know who she is. You're twice my age.
Right, let's leave it for a while. I don't think that's really something that I need to know right now.
Well, if anybody gives you too much grief, send him my way. That'll shut him up real quick.
I will do that.
They
Thanks,
either
kid.
don't want... I have two things on my side. Either they don't want to deal with the matriarch, or they don't want to deal with this, and my eyes will slowly start swirling.
Yeah, as they do, you see him start to back up a little bit. Okay, that's not necessary right now. No, I will do that. Anyone gives me too much shit, send him your way.
I hope you get acclimated quickly.
I'm trying. There's no houses or anything, but yeah, no, I'll be fine. It's just basic stuff. Some of the women
We'll
are
get
nice.
if they're not old bats. I mean, technically, to me, you're kind of an old bat. You're like, what, 80?
Okay, now you're just making me feel bad. Don't you have shit to do?
We don't have to tell anybody that I have anything to do. Procrastination, man. That's what teenagers do.
You're that young? Fuck.
I
thought you were 21.
No, just had a 19th birthday. About a month ago.
Shit. Well, it's good to know that the hands of this whole group of people, a couple hundred people, are in the hands of a teenager. But that's why you got me, right?
That's why I have all of you. You, Kiva, Sinead, the goats. You can't do it as one.
Yeah.
I hope
Well,
to see you around before
yeah.
I leave.
I'll be here.
I'll shake his hand.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. But you shake his hand. He's got a tight grip on it. there's like, as you look at him when you do so, there's like a moment of recognition. Like, okay, I can see this is going to be a healthy relationship. And yeah, you go ahead and leave. So,
Yeah, and then the rest of my day is whatever, responsibilities I have to do.
absolutely. So, for the purposes of this, as we fast forward through the week, the fires do get put out within the next couple days. And Thyra, you do take your time on like around day 3 to take the 8 hours to yourself and the tribe and walk around and enrich the land, ready for regrowth. And you feel like it works. That acts as it fits you.
Equa,
Yes.
the woman I killed,
Yes.
is she around?
Make a perception check.
Okay. That is a 17.
A 17. She's not really coming out very much.
I would like to find her.
You do see her like once or twice, just briefly. She seems to be hanging around the same tent.
I will go to that tent.
Okay. You go to that tent, and as you like sort of pull the curtain back, you see her and a couple of the other bandits who are just sort of, making their home here for now. They all turn to look at you, and she sort of like reels
Right.
back a little bit at your sight.
I feel like you and me should have a conversation just once before I leave.
You know what? No, it's fine. I don't need that.
It doesn't have to be private.
I don't really want to.
I know, but I am stronger than all of you. So that's all I'm going to say. Look, I would like to apologize for the whole murder thing. I'm
Okay.
sorry for killing you.
All right.
Just wanted to have that under the bridge. In my defense, she did shoot me in the chest. So it's not exactly like, you know what? No, it's fine. Like, I'm sorry I killed you. I have been informed rude. I just wanted to say that, and that I won't kill you a second time. So, yeah, and you survived death. It's pretty cool. You got a good story about it.
I didn't survive death. Actually, I was killed and then I was brought back to life.
But you
by the hands of
you're
someone
alive,
I
so you
didn't know.
survived it. You survived it. You're back in the real world, and you're alive and you're kicking. Not a lot of people can say that.
Okay.
That's it.
Bye.
All right. Yeah. Well. Stay safe. Don't. That's a bad joke. Bye-bye. I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, you leave. It went about as probably as you expected. She's
yeah,
not,
for sure. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're not friends with her by any means. But yeah, that's totally fine.
That's it.
Cool. So, as the week goes on, you do on the fourth or so day notice that the bodies that have been piled up do get their own funeral rites. Most of the bodies of the tribe members who were slain end up getting put on a pyre, arranged quite nicely with adornments of flowers and gifts and offerings into the next life, and they are burned. They do ask you, Thyra, what you want to do with your mother. If you want to bury her or burn her or whatever.
Oh, it's tradition to be burned. So stick with at least some of the tradition.
Okay. And she has her own individual pyre that sort of stands higher than the rest of them. And there are a number of different offerings and gifts that people have provided at the base of it, and on top that slowly start to burn away. It's a nice ceremony. People say words and reminisce about the good moments and the strength of her leadership and what she did for the people here. but it is also sad, clarifying that this is the point where you have to say goodbye. But yeah, it goes, and then it is what it is. Kiva cries, kind of profusely at one point. It's kind of ugly crying, but at the end of it, she's okay.
Dyer's crying too, so I mean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Every night, your sisters just sleep in a pile with you. There are a couple moments where like you start to drift off to the side, and you like get woken up by the feeling of something small just grabbing your midsection. You just go back to sleep after that. But by the end of the week, people do start moving back towards the initial site of where the tribe was. And by that time, people start making an effort to rebuild. Things aren't the way that they exactly were, but not all the buildings are in the same place. Not all the buildings are the same buildings, but things are getting improved in a way. You do, if you so choose it, have your little date with Riley, your little punch out.
Yeah, I'll beat her up.
Yeah, so it's you guys aren't trying to knock each other out necessarily.
No.
But it is
more of like an Arya, Lady Brienne kind of.
right. It's sparring, and it is somewhat cathartic to get some of that shit out, you know. And you can see it behind her face with your incredibly high passive insight because your wisdom's super high. You can see there are moments of like emotion that flash into her eyes, where you can tell that there is stuff that she's been hiding that she hasn't quite unveiled that start to come out a little bit. And she too is feeling better about it, but she's not going crazy on you. And yeah, if there's anything else anyone wants to do in the week, then let me know. Otherwise, start thinking about where you want to head next.
I want to go to the smithy and just poke around. Maybe I'll find my hippie stick. I'm not really like.
Make an
positive that I
investigation check
will,
for me.
but- What's my investigation? It should be. I mean, I rolled an 18 investigation. 19.
19. You do a thorough search of the vicinity of the smithy hut, and sadly, you do not find your hippie stick. You get the sense that most of the wood weapons that weren't in the reserve, that weren't in a safe place, seem to have been destroyed.
Would have figured.
We'll get you a new
I
stick.
do have one thing before the end of the week. Pretty much like right before we leave. I want to try and find Kiva,
Okay.
which I'm assuming is not hard to do.
Yeah. You spend most of the week with Kiva around in some vicinity.
Yeah. I know you said to take the gold, and I have a feeling that Thyra's probably not budged at all this week on us having it, but I'm assuming you really want us to take it. So honestly, I feel like in this case, forgiveness might be better than permission if you want me to take it before we leave,
She hasn't
especially
asked.
with all of the stuff that we'll be going to do.
I should probably talk to her. You know what? Why don't you take it, and then I'll talk to her, and then I'll ask afterwards. And if she says no, then you just take it.
All right. Sounds like an interesting plan. I'm down, I guess. So, sure.
All right.
Yeah.
So she'll catch up with you at the end of the week, Thyra. Anyone else?
I want to look through the library in the tree, I think, and see if there's any picture books of animals.
Okay, sure. Roll an investigation check, right?
Really, trying to find these animals, man. damn it. Oh, not my knight, Equa. Not my knight. That's a, investigate. That's a 3 total.
Great. I mean, it's Thyra's library. There are books on animals, right? There have to be books on animals there. In combing through what is here, you don't find anything that like introduces you to new animals. It's basically all the ones that you know of, like squirrels, badgers, bears, birds, stuff like that. Even the rarest thing that you get the idea of is maybe a shark, and that's it.
I'm writing shark down. That's enough.
Any general knowledge that you think your character would have about animals, you get that. That's what you get.
It's always good to re-up on the fundamentals.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Can I search her house for her hippie stick? I feel like I need to have one successful roll here today.
Roll an investigation check, Wade.
You're not gonna find it, regardless.
I've rolled a 2 total.
Jesus Christ! Fucking investigation.
Sounded like my night last
intelligence-based.
night.
You comb through this house for like hours, and it's not even disorganized. Everything is pretty much where it is, but you're like, I will find this fucking stick. And you walk around for maybe like 2 hours looking through her belongings, and you leave it more messy than it was. And there is no sign of a hippie stick anywhere.
I tried.
That's what matters.
So, unless anyone else has anything that they want to do,
Just for the hell of it, can I try and like do the same thing that I did like every night? Like I don't care if I have to, I don't care if I have to roll or not, but just like for roleplay's sake.
yeah, that's totally
I
fine.
did the same thing
Yeah,
every night.
that's totally fine. It's very easy to work in. But yeah, so at the end of the week, as you guys start talking about setting off, Kiva does meet up with you as a whole group, and she does bring up the idea of the money. She says, "Thyra, it's up to you, but obviously we have enough gold, and you've earned that. I think you've left this place better than you found it, and you'll have plenty of time serving, continuing to make it better. Perhaps you should take what is yours."
How about this? I kind of look at the group. We take the gold and we use it to find what we need, the items that we need for Kev.
And some horses.
Honestly, that's kind of what I was going to suggest in the first place.
Right.
And
And
then-
horses.
Are you sure, Thyra?
Horses come later.
Aye, that's right.
I appreciate it. But I don't want to take it from your tribe or nothing if they need it, so it's up to you.
Well, if anybody knows if we need it or not, it would be Kiva.
We'll be okay. We'll be all right.
And I've enriched the land so that their harvest will be good for the next year.
You know what they say? Phoenix rises from the ashes.
That's
That it does.
surprisingly apt for this.
And I'm kind of surprised you know what a phoenix is.
Aye.
No, I just heard it. Oh.
Well, on that note, he sort of pulls a small side satchel around, and you watch as she pulls out a small ovaloid gem, maybe about this big. It is very, very dark, like black grey, and she just holds it over to you, Wade. I believe this was promised.
I grab it kind of excitedly. That's right. Thank you so much. Yeah. Hey, Kev, you ready to live out your existence in this rock thing?
I mean, when you put it like that, no. But I'm ready to live a temporary existence in a rock.
Right. Of course. Thank you.
Kiva, before you go, I've been mulling over a question that I wasn't sure if I wanted answered. But I think, since I'm leaving again, it'd be nice to know. Do I have any brothers I don't know about?
Any brothers? As much as I would like to say yes, I'm pretty sure the answer to that is no. Just you and Ada, Brita, and Assault.
What about like a half-elf brother or sister?
Not to my knowledge.
I don't know how that would work.
I mean,
Figured
I think
I'd
that'd be
ask.
more with her dad, if he had any children.
Right.
From the limited interactions that I had with your father, he didn't have any.
He was young, wasn't he? That's what Mom said.
Yeah, he's pretty young. It's a long time ago.
Mom said he was, 20 when they met? And had me?
Just about, yeah, maybe a little older, 20, yeah, probably about 20, 22, 23.
Holy shit, I forgot to send him a message. I could have done this the entire time.
Did you?
I just remembered that I can do that.
Did you just
Sorry.
say that out loud?
I did say that out loud.
Yes.
Because I just remembered. I'm like, oh fuck, we're planning to do that, but shit happened.
Are you sure you want to go down that path?
I mean, he's the one who gave Mom the orb. Either he didn't know what it could do, or he did. Either way, he'd have information on it.
I suppose you're right. Well, I'm excited for you, I suppose. Good luck. Be safe.
You guys be safe too. And
Oh,
if there's anything major, get a hold of me.
I will do. I imagine you'll be back in no time anyway. After all, when you start to get your friend back, we can think about a new method of retrieving the body, you said?
Think?
We think so, at least.
Right.
That's what we believe the body is. The Feywild.
Well, when you're ready, we can start talking about that.
We have a couple of other steps first, right, Wade?
That's right.
Well, it's been nice having you all around, especially you, Thyra.
It's been good to be home, considering.
I know it wasn't the best trip. But, it has been nice. Anyway, I will let you all get to it, and, when you're ready to go, let me know and I'll see you off. Of course, if you need a hand, I can always teleport you somewhere.
That might help once we figure out what we're doing.
I think we need to discuss what exactly we're planning on doing in the first place before that decision can be made.
Well, just let me know.
Will do.
I vote Aaron right, but that's just me.
So,
Izzy, do
please.
you know of anybody who sells banishment scrolls in Earnroot?
I mean, I took lessons from a wizard
Aye,
that
was
was
there. Would I know besides Via who might? Because she collects traffics and weird magical shit.
From your knowledge of Ernroot growing up there, Via would be a good bet if you wanted to try. She doesn't typically carry many scrolls because she likes to keep things on her person. She doesn't like to set things down ever.
Sure.
But that
Love
could
that.
be an option. She might have that. The other person that might have them, who might sell scrolls that I didn't write down because I'm stupid.
That wizard.
The guy
is
that I took lessons
Alakian
from.
did his lessons from, who runs Affluent Affairs. That's in the industrial district. So he's got more of a sort of snooty upper class magic shop. He might have that. And if you recall, that is where Alakian stole his scroll of Moonbeam from that Thyra used.
Perhaps Via. There's this fucking hoity-toity magic shop in there as well. Besides, there is the monks that live there. They might, maybe, but I have business there. It's as well. So
Yeah, but when
personal.
Frey and I were trying to find a library or books there, they didn't have any.
Oh,
We
there's
wouldn't be able to
that.
do much research in Edrinner.
Right. That's what I vote for, because Alakian is out there as well. And we could always travel with the rock down to Rokrovi or something if we need it. But so that's my vote, personally.
Is Kiva still around or she'd leave?
She left, but she's probably not far away if you want to go grab her.
Well, I was just going to ask if like teleport meant like the tree thing that she did, or like actual teleport.
You would wager it's probably the tree thing.
Okay, cool. So like, there's no way we'd be able to actually get all the way to Ernroot.
Well, I mean,
Is
you'd have
what
to
I'm
ask her.
wagering. Yeah.
There is a
I mean,
very
she's been
notable
there.
tree in Ernroot.
Yes, there is.
Oh, it's true.
I've been taking notes
Okay.
of trees that I know.
You have been, yeah.
Oh wait, what do you want to do?
So I heard Izzy and Alakian's thing. Thyra and Free, what do y'all think?
I'm not particular about it. I mean, my only concern is how often we jump around, because, I mean, the more we move, the less likely I'll be found again until we can get rid of my contract.
It's good news.
Right.
Also true.
Teleporting anywhere would be a good idea. So on the track when there's literally no tracks.
The other thing is, who would know the most information about this Scorched King?
About that, I have some information.
Oh.
There was another name of the Watches, and apparently, or in the museums, there may have information on him for them. The Scorched King never works alone, at least from what it sounded like in his tales that he said. And it's more than one just fairy tale. He appears in several.
She said the Watchers, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
Do I know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do any of us know anything about the Watchers?
Same.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm from the north. I could.
I'm trained in history.
Everyone make a history check.
Bitchin'.
I mean, is this
Woo!
the type of story that would make it down to Keijo? Because I do like stories, but I don't know if this...
Make a history check.
Alright.
16.
Oh, shit.
21.
17.
I rolled a 19 for an 18.
It's a high roll.
I rolled a 1, so a 3.
Okay. So, Thyra, you have a vague recollection of the Watchers. What'd you get, Alakian?
17.
So you, Wade, and Izzy would also have a decent recollection. The Watchers is a tale based around the creation of Emoris. It's a children's fairy tale where after the world was created, the gods sent down avatars of themselves to help maintain order amongst the countries. Each country got one avatar, and the gist of the story was it's a tale about family and how you should stick together because two of the watchers ended up revolting against the family and overthrowing them, and then driven mad.
Oh, that's fun.
So the play that got interrupted in Erdu.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It has vague connections to it. It follows a base storyline, but the play was a different interpretation. There were things that have been changed.
That's how art works.
But if you remember correctly,
Mhm.
the name of that play, and I'm sure Free, you would at the very least remember this. The name of that play was The Children of Creation.
Yep, I have that on my lovely board of info.
Beautiful.
But you, Free, have no idea what the Watchers is. You
No
won't tell
idea
that
about
story as
this,
a child.
apparently.
You have no idea.
Isabel would be like, they're like weird avatar things. The gods went for a country to them, did some nasty shit, like crazy.
Yeah, it kind of reminds
Kinda
me of the play. we
Yeah.
watched.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
Fawns and the say again.
Where's this bard you've been talking to, Free?
I don't know where he's at. I've just been sending messages.
Oh,
Magic. It's lovely. It's wonderful.
Oh, and that reminds me, school is actually just on the northern side of Aegeus, apparently. Or along it somewhere.
Oh, that's
Oh,
well.
was
So that's
Equa
not too far
is-
away.
one of the places that I have to go for the fucking thing. There is one of the monastery places up in that direction.
So there is a monastery. The monastery of Air is in Genario, which is right here on the map. But your training specifically requested.
Yeah, then I have to go. Yeah, I was just talking about like someplace to use the scroll.
Yeah, you could in theory go there, and that would be fine. You aren't sure the specifics of where Duel is. Northern Aegeus could mean over here. So
A lot
here.
of places.
Mhm.
So it could be flip floppy.
Yeah. All right. Just good to know.
How long is the thing you're planning on doing, Izzy? In Earn Route?
I mean, I just via contacted me out of the blue back when they're in Keijo, telling me that I need to come home now. I would like, if eventually, to see Craddock again. Go back there. Craddock being the place I was born.
They have a library there?
I mean, probably not. That's not on high on the list. I would like to go back there in general, but it's near anyway. Although the last time I was there, a mob did try to murder me. I was 10 at the time. So, just a heads up about all that. It's the reason we didn't cross the mountains. One of the reasons.
Wade, you hear Kev come through, who's been quiet most of the time, but now pipes up and says, I mean, we could just stop off at Rakrovi, pick up a scroll real quick, make sure Asmin is safe, because these people are coming after Shani, right? So make sure that they're good to be fighting people if they need to, and then we could go to Earn Route. Because Alakin's going to be there for like a month, probably 2 months, because he's, in trouble with his people.
In Earn Route?
How long did they say the training was going to be? Didn't it say like a week?
They said like a couple weeks, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that Thyra's gonna need some time to do some research.
I'm just saying, maybe that will be easiest because I gotta, get my stuff done. And I'm worried about Asmin a little bit, but it's up to y'all. I'll stay here. It's fine. I'm on your time.
Equa has the perfect vehicle to put in
Yeah, he
suggestions.
does.
Yeah, I'm trapping
By the way,
something
that's
in your
honestly-
brain in our game.
Honestly, out of character, we've had this conversation too.
Yeah, that's it. I know.
What do you guys want to do out of character?
I'm just playing it as Kev. You guys can do whatever you want.
I'm-
No,
Just-
I think that Kev is a good idea. Get
Yeah.
teleported there, use their monastery to teleport to Earnroot, and so like you can train.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
We could go down to like the capital of Okervik, which has a larger thing. Be like, hey, like Thyra could be like, I'm a representative of my tribe. We got attacked by some people. We need like some help figuring out what it is. We have 2 good speakers. We could talk to them. I could go to Craddock and just be like, hey.
Honestly, like what we could do is we could do that. Go to Rickovi, and then be there for however long, week or 2, get the shit we need there, and then Equa, how far was that village with the Raven Queen shrine? How far was that from
on
Rickovi?
horseback, on regular horseback, it was about a week
Uh-huh.
a week away. With your horseshoes of speed, it'd be like 3 days.
Okay.
3 days ride, and that's not even including Thyra's long strider
Yeah.
shit. So you could get there.
So
pretty good.
honestly, we could go to Rickovi, get stuff we need there, go to the Raven Queen shrine after that, and try and get Kev's soul from the gate, specifically because the Raven Queen said that she has the means just to seek them out, and that elder cleric person was probably our best bet. Faith was probably our best bet to try and do that.
Yeah.
So we could get that, and then we could go to Rickovi, or we could go to Earnroot.
Yeah, because Rickovi will be fairly quick. We're really
Mhm.
just there to pick up items.
What we could do is we could teleport it to the place with the Raven Queen, do that shit, and then go to Rickovi since we have to go to Rickovi to teleport.
We could.
I
Yeah.
think we're like making sure that we can get this banishment scroll because like
Yeah.
we're not positive that the Raven Queen place will be able to do that, right?
That's true.
Well,
guys
we're
have
not certain, but yeah. So we could try and get to, like I said, to that place. We could go to, and then we could hit there, go to Rickovi, do the shit there, and then head to Earnroot from there. So
Aye.
Let's just hit Rickovi first.
Let's go to Rickovi.
Yeah.
Go to
Oh,
Rickovi.
that's my vote was Rickovi.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you guys want to get there?
Could we ask?
ask Kiva if she can teleport us there.
Thank you.
She would have had to have been there.
You can
Well,
ask.
we can ask her.
Yeah, we ask her.
So you pick up Kiva along the way and ask her if she has been to Rickovi before. That rolled off of my leg and off of the table. I haven't been to Rickovi necessarily, but I've been near it. I could probably get you close.
How far away?
How about what's that place like in?
What was that place, Equa? Fucking, because I can't remember.
Land of Power.
Land of Power.
Land of Power.
Yeah,
I've been to Land of Power before. Yeah.
Boom, done
like-
deal.
That I could probably get you about a day away.
Well,
Tuesday.
I mean, if we want to talk to that clerics can learn banishment. Maybe you can get 2 birds with 1 stone there.
Right, what would we need? We still need a second soul stone for
And that's
But we can always pick up banishment scroll if it's available.
Oh, she could make one. Aye, that's true.
So,
All right.
it's an option. I mean, we can, like I said, and not for nothing, but I mean, the Raven Queen did say that she had the means just to seek them out, and I think honestly, as far as we've gone so far, Faith is probably the best bet out of somebody that would be able to help us.
So Land of Power, hit that. Hope it works. Head to Rickovi from there. From Rickovi, teleport to Earnroot or fly or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Done deal.
Mhm.
All right, and then we can use the rock to get into it quickly after that.
Honestly, an option that we could do
Or horses.
is we could use the rock to get to Earnroot from Rakrovi. And then once we get done in Earnroot, use the scroll from there to teleport back down to Aegius and then head over here to get to the Feywild. To get back here.
I like
Trying to
that.
get the
That's
Feywild.
really smart, guy.
That hits all 3 points we need to hopefully get back at.
I'm gonna knock on a Wade's head and be like, "Hear that, Kev? We're getting you out of there."
Oh yeah, cool.
He likes it.
I don't think that's true. I think it's a nightmarish experience.
He
Not saying your head's nightmarish. I'm saying whatever.
Real quick, for those of you who took level in spellcasting, make sure you don't need components.
I
if you
don't,
want
because I'm a cleric.
components, then if you want components for your new spells,
I don't get spells at level 1 paladin.
It's just vocal.
Because Bard, I have a holy symbol which covers all of my components except... Well, actually, I've got all level 1 spells, so, like, I don't really need anything.
just
Right now.
double checking in case you want to, go on this journey and not have your higher spells that you guys
So-
have.
Oh,
I
yeah,
have
for sure.
I have a material component for my new spell, but it doesn't get consumed on use, so it's one of those weird ones. It's not like a cost.
Right.
So
you probably find
we've been using. I have an arcane focus so that usually replaces those.
Oh yeah, you'll find them.
So
Yeah.
I'm good. Okay.
My perfect
Yeah,
isn't
I
arcane
already-
focus.
I already started buying it. I don't get new level spells, so they're all second level, and I've already got all my components for them.
Cool. Yeah, just double checking.
Cool.
So, where do you guys want to go?
I
Landapar?
think we decided on Landapar and then to Rakrovi.
Should we get horses in Landapar?
If we're
I
gonna
think we
take a
probably
walk,
could. Well, honestly, what we could do, we could see if we could get somebody that could, like, we could see if we could pay somebody to take us to Rakrovi,
That's smart.
and then they can bring it back, and then
Well, you're talking to Faith, me and Free, because we are two charismatic bitches, can go and try to find someone who can get book passage to Rakrovi, so it's a bit quicker.
Yeah,
Perfect. You and me? I put my arm around Free's shoulders and be like, "Oh, right, don't like to touch."
out of character, one thing we could do with that as well, like if we want to use those horseshoes, we could see if
we
they
can put
would
them on
let
free and
us-
then just
we
ride
could-
her.
Ah,
We could use them to replace the horseshoes or whatever horses we borrow, and then take them off whenever we get to Rakrovi.
If they'll let
Sure.
you.
If they'll let us,
Yeah,
yeah.
if they'll
Again,
let us.
like this is all an if.
They don't have
Like this is all a
no-
big if, but yeah, also true. Fucking just have a lakey and go do it in the middle of the night. They'll never know.
Yeah, they won't notice if your horses are
Does a
traveling.
Lincoln know how to
Going
shoe a
3
horse?
times the regular speed.
It's like, your horse.
No, they wouldn't
Does a
notice. We just-
Lincoln know how to shoe a horse?
Fucking, I don't know.
Wade worked
I mean,
at
His
a
past lives probably do. So, like, who knows?
Wade worked at he
Stable.
worked at the place where a
Wade-
stable
yeah,
that we
Wade
got
at a
picnic
stable.
from.
Yeah,
or
you are
whatever.
shoveling poop and feeding the horses. That doesn't mean you know how to shoe them.
Wade's a country boy. He
Also
knows.
true.
They didn't really
But
have
no
horses
swamp.
in Keijo, but
yeah.
But I worked at a stable. I'm sure I learned it.
Yeah, he did. He did. You're right.
There we go. We have it. We'll reshoe the horses. We'll take the shoes, put new shoes on, then go, and then put the old shoes back on.
I don't
And you'd have to-
necessarily have the right tools though.
But you have a base idea.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd want to risk something that's valuable, not being able to get them back.
All right, I'm making the executive
All right, so
decision.
we'll just take the.
Kiva, can you please just bring us to Landapar as close as you can, and then we'll figure out the rest once we get there.
Like,
I just have to say bye to a couple of people before we go.
Ah, yes, of course, yeah.
So
I just
you start fanning away to go and say goodbye to Thyra's people and whoever else anyone wants to say goodbye to, I guess. I don't know. But Thyra, who are you going to say goodbye to first?
Isolde will be first.
Okay. You find her, she's sort of like flitting around Breda, just sort of poking at the burn marks. Breda, by the way, at the end of the week is back up and running. She's feeling pretty good about herself, and she has started to really take on her physical activities a little bit more. But you find her just like sitting down, and Isolde is just tracing her finger over where the flames have licked at her leg.
I'm gonna go up to her. Breeda's in the room too.
Yeah.
Well, it's that time. I'm about to head out, girls.
You see, Isolde sort of like looks at you. Well, you're leaving already?
Don't be back within the month or two. We just have to. I made a promise to a friend that I have to keep first.
All right.
And I'll lean down and give her a hug and whisper in her ear. You can sleep in my room as much as you like.
Okay. I will.
Just take care of Pout for me.
Okay. That's fine. I like him.
He likes it here too.
Beat me to it.
At this point, Breda like stands up. So, that time already, is it?
Hi. I gotta go. Again.
All right.
Punch her on the shoulder.
Give him hell. She punches you back.
Upstairs in the training room. I think you might find something you'll like. Up on the perch. I think it'll suit you.
Okay. I'll take a look. Thanks.
I'll give her a hug and then punch her on the shoulder again. Don't go
Yeah.
getting soft on me now.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Remember, you gotta beat me one day.
Oh, I remember.
And then I'll go find Ada.
You find Oda, who is really starting to settle into the leadership role. People start to come to Oda for things that they need, and she's doing well for herself. It's kind of easy to see that she's young and she's inexperienced, but she's kind of holding her own in this respect. You catch her as she's like talking to a group of villagers, and she waves them off. What's up?
Well, leadership looks good on you. Maybe I won't come back.
Oh, don't start that. Seriously, don't start that.
We're about to head out. You got everything handled here?
Well, I think a little bit, yeah. Kiva's been helping a lot, and the rest of the elders, and the new guy. He's all right.
Just he's gruff, but he's got a good heart. Don't be too hard on him. Don't let the tribe be too hard on him.
Nah,
We want this transition to go. We want this transition to go fairly slowly. I mean, smoothly.
The little ones have already taken to him, and you see over as she points over to the side, about 50 feet away, the really, really big guy with like the big belly is sort of like just lying there and like kind of giggling as there is like a young child who is like punching him in the stomach and he's not even feeling it.
That's good.
Yeah, he's alright.
That'll be good for when new ones start arriving. I'm sure word will get out.
I'm sure. Well, I'll miss you.
I'll miss you too.
Try and be home
At
soon.
least I'll do what I can. At least this time I get to say goodbye.
That's true. You're right.
Give him hell.
Sure. And
Go
she
give
also
her a
gives you a
hug.
hug. Yeah.
This one will last a little longer. Otta's my favorite.
Blatant favoritism. Yeah, that's totally fine. It's yeah, you guys have strengthened your bond a little bit in the past week or so, so it's nice.
And then the last person I gotta say bye to is Riley.
Okay. So you find Riley a bit later on. She's actually sort of hanging around the rest of your family, as was instructed of her. And she sort of sees you approach. I heard you're leaving already.
I thought I'd at least tell you bye this time.
I appreciate that. It's nice.
It's good to spend a little time with you this week.
Yeah, it was. And you know, you're not going to be gone for like 4 years again, so
Let's hope not.
that's something.
But yeah, I made a promise before coming home, and I've got to keep the promise.
Well, good luck, and if you need anything, you know where I am. Not that I think I could really compare to your magic-y people.
Magic isn't really what it's cracked up to be. I honestly don't use mine that much.
Well, I think it's a matter of preference. If I could, turn into a bear, I probably would a lot.
Okay, that I do. I do turn into a bear quite often.
Do.
That is something that happens. Because, you know what? I met an owl bear on my travels.
Really?
I do. That's where I got these.
You
So
were
it was my
always
owl bear.
saying that you wanted to meet an owl bear.
He was a nice feller.
Look at that.
I'll give her an awkward side hug.
Yeah, she kind of reciprocates. It's awkward, but it's better than it
I'm
was.
glad we could be friends again.
I'm glad about it too.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah, don't go burning yourself to a crisp.
No promises. I know a lot of people that like to use fire.
Try not to, anyway.
I'll give her a smile before I head back to the others.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody else that's... Should I? Yeah, I guess I'll tell Cormac bye too.
Okay. His conversation is a lot quicker, just because he doesn't know you that well. He's like, "Oh right, okay, be safe."
Finger guns him.
But eventually, you all meet back up with Kiva. She
think you mean
begins.
finger boom bar.
Yeah.
Sure.
Finger boom bar.
She begins leading you off to a nearby tree. And she says, "Right, so we're sure about land of power then?"
I think we are.
Hi.
Sure.
All right. She traces the staff down the tree. This doorway opens up. It almost seems to fold in on itself. And as you look through, you see an array of small headstones that sort of look out onto a road and a small courtyard. People
That's
sort of walking around,
ominous.
busting a little bit. Come on then. So walks through.
I'll go through.
As you emerge, this is a place that you are familiar with, Lakian. She has brought you through in the cemetery next to the Ravenspire.
Okay.
That is a notable location for her. As the doorway shuts behind her. Nice place. It's been a while since I've been here. Tree's looking a bit bad.
Well, appreciate the help, Kiva.
Would you, why'd you come here before, Kiva?
Well, the deity that we worship, Melora, actually sort of is quite good friends with the Raven Queen herself. As it turns out, some people like to have these connections, and I wouldn't say that we're friends with the people here, but particularly in this church, we're at least on nice terms.
Okay, cool. I just wonder if there's something, special about this place, but
Oh no, I've traveled a fair few places, but this is, somewhat familiar.
well, thank you very much for bringing us here. It's a big help. Thank you for this. We'll be
Fine.
going.
That is
We appreciate everything you've done for us while we've been here. There.
Everywhere.
my pleasure.
Just thank you. In general.
You're very welcome. Well, if you need anything, I suppose let me know. She sort of stands there with the staff sort of like pushed against the tree. So like hesitates for a moment. Come here.
We'll give her a hug.
Yeah,
Cry a
she
little
grips
bit.
you kind of tight. Okay. Be home soon.
I will.
And she forms another portal and then
Well, wait. Oh, shoot. Oh,
Lakin tries to run through the
darn.
Did you want a hug too? Like, wait.
rest of the tree.
Did you want a hug too, Wade?
Nah, I just wanted to fuck with her.
Oh, fair enough. Ah, rub it off on you. A ruffle is there.
That's
Right,
why I missed my
that's-
hat.
I'll get you. We'll see. We'll see. I completely forgot her name. I just heard it.
Asman.
Asman. Thank you. We'll see Asman soon. We'll take your hat back.
Yeah.
It'd be weird to give
Wow.
him
My
a
hat.
I don't know why I
Exactly.
made
My
that
hat.
mistake.
It's fine. You have very handsome hair.
I was feeling sentimental in the moment.
It's good. She's a
I
kid.
regret it.
She's attractive. She has a thing for you. You have a thing for her. It's fine.
Nope, don't have a thing for her. So you're wrong.
Inside check.
You are wrong there,
Fuck it. Inside check.
my friend.
10.
Not that any of us know that
I
it's
legit
not.
rolled a nat 20, guys.
Oh,
Are
yeah,
you
cool.
serious? All right.
Yeah, it's probably
Pyra
hard
would
to see 'cause
inside
it's black
check,
We
and
can't
red.
but
see it,
she's too
unfortunately.
busy staring at the tree that Kiva just went through.
Well, Free, you and me have a little bit of work to do. So, go find us a way to.
I'll pat Izzy on the shoulder and kind of air pat Free on the shoulder.
Yeah.
You guys got this. I believe in you.
Oh, of course. Do you honestly think there's any vendor in the world that can deal with both me and Free?
Honestly, maybe.
Well,
I feel like Vaya might be able to stand a chance.
because what if I doesn't count?
I mean, she's a vendor in the world, so
She doesn't count, all right? She's practically my mum. It's weird. It's fine. Shut up. I'll leave. Oh, Equa's gone.
Yeah.
Equal's gone.
Yeah.
He's
I
been
didn't
gone.
notice he was
That's why
gone.
just
I was
think
just
fucking-
There's no rules now, guys. We get to do
Oh,
whatever
God.
we
No
want.
rules.
so-
We can all.
That's why I was just
we have
standing
way
there
back.
staring at a tree.
Did he say he was? Oh, there he's back.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did.
I didn't. Equal. I did not hear you say you're leaving. I did not know you were gone.
You talking shit on me?
No, I just
We're
like,
just
oh,
role
shit, he's
playing
gone.
amongst ourselves.
You're role playing the fuck out of this.
I heard you. Anyway, sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
So you are at the tree. What does everyone want to do?
Izzy's
I'm
gonna
gonna
take.
stare at it for a minute or two. Trying to suck in my tears before I
Okay.
reconvene with the rest of the group.
I give Thyra a hug. See if I can make her cry.
She's already crying.
Excellent.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
give her a
say-
hug. Give her a bigger hug. I'm like, it's alright. It's okay.
Griz stepping as far away as she can. She doesn't want to be part of this.
Alright.
Okay. Yeah, for you step away, and as you sort of come out of the graveyard, it's not a very big graveyard. It's a tiny one, just for really notable people that they have around that have done work for the church or similar. You step out into like almost sort of like half populated streets. You see like a courtyard out in front of you with a number of small shrines built out of stone in them, and then up behind you, you see this impressive building of worked stone that has this very tall central spire sticking out of the middle of it. This beautiful, like, stained glass depiction of a woman just holding a porcelain mask, not on the face, but to the face.
Okay.
Thyra hugged
After-
Izzy back,
Yes,
by the
please.
way.
Of course you did. You're Thyra.
Yeah.
After the hug, I'm going to go find Free and be like, all right, let's go find someone to rent horses from or a carriage.
All right.
You've been quiet lately. You're all right. I think you haven't talked a lot lately.
Just lost in thought lately.
It has been...
Nothing to worry about.
All right, well... At least, I don't know. Oh no, I made... Oh, sorry. I will... Yeah, I'm going to go try to find someone to, like, can hire a carriage from, or, like, someone I can rent a horse from.
Okay. There are... This is a small town, so it's not crazy. But as you sort of go through the winding streets, you do eventually find a stable that you can purchase the usage of horses from. I assume you're not looking to buy anything right now.
No, I just want to talk to you, like, hey, like, we're going to need some horses. Like, can we rent? I want to find out if I can rent from them. Be like, hey, we're going to the Crovey. Can we rent them?
See if
take
we
them
can get
there,
a
and-
driver to bring
Sure.
them back.
Like a
yeah,
taxi.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll say, sure, they do offer services for that at a cost of, we'll say, 10 gold for the lot of you.
Fuck it, I'll just pay that.
So you pay 10 gold and they'll wait for you to go out and use the service.
Speaking of gold, I'm guessing we evenly split that 1,000 gold to everybody.
No.
Keep that's our Wade fund.
That is
that's
our
right.
wage
Okay,
fund.
I forgot. Yeah,
The wage fund.
Yeah,
Mine
we'll split it
gone.
after.
it's shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is carrying that? Is the question.
I am.
then. Okay. Cool.
She's got a new
I
slot.
just wanted to make sure we had that squared away so we didn't forget about it.
I have the shoes, Free has the broom.
Okay.
Free can fly like a
Sweet.
witch.
So, by the way,
Find her.
Sarah, I don't believe you ever picked up your chest of preserving, did you?
I always have it.
But you slid it over to the Esprit.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have it.
Oh no!
It got burned.
Did it
No.
get burned?
You never picked it up.
I never picked it up. I
Yeah,
forgot
got
about
lost.
it. Sorry, a lot happened. Oh well.
Oh well. Now you have a regular backpack. What a shame.
Yep.
Hey, Thyra.
Hmm.
Just want to say thank you for still helping
What?
me despite everything's going on. You know you don't have to.
I know, but you know, I like to keep the promises that I make.
And I just want to say for what it's worth, I'm really proud of you.
Thanks.
I think you're gonna make a great matriarch.
I hope I will. I really do.
You will, I know you will. I'll punch her in the shoulder like I always do.
I'll nudge him with my elbow.
Knocks them over.
Knocks him over.
He's not that
That's
weak.
good.
He's not free.
Yeah, I got like a 12 or something.
I think you got a +1 in
Let-
strength.
Yeah, I got 12.
Let's
12.
save some. Let's save some more of our family.
Let's do
I
it.
think that sounds like a good idea.
Can't wait for y'all to meet Kev.
Gonna bully the shit out of Kev.
I'm family.
I like it here.
I don't like it. I don't like it in Wade's brain. The things I've seen, you would never believe.
Every time he pees, I can see it.
Oh God!
God.
I'm sure that's nothing new growing up in the swamp. I'm sure that's
Oh,
yeah, they see each other naked just occasionally.
yeah.
It happens.
Peed off the canoe all the
Just
time.
happens. Oh yeah.
Sometimes you got shit in a bucket and throw it in a lake.
Sometimes it's good. It's good gator bait. You know.
Nope.
The pheromones just attract gators.
That'll attract the piranhas, is what that'll do.
That's blood. There's a difference. There's a difference
Wade's,
consistency
Wade's
between.
very unhealthy.
You beat me to it.
Yeah, might need to get that checked out.
Oh God damn it! We're such terrible people.
This is the episode where you guys had a funeral for Thyra's mother.
Yep, it was. I was talking about blood and urine.
So, what do you guys choose to do? You have a couple things that you remember here in Landapar. Notably, Alekin, you are familiar, and as well as everyone but Free is familiar with the Ravenspire. You also remember the Ale's Bottom was a pub in which Izzy had some relations with one of the owners.
Oh, right, I did.
Yup, sure
Just get
did.
Fet,
Kristen Fat, yep.
the owner and the sister.
No, I'm excited.
Oh,
You can-
that Izzy slept with.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The place we got kidnapped from
Yep.
originally.
Seeing as how we landed right next to the spire, I'm gonna just head inside and see if I can find Faith.
Okay.
I'll
So
go
you head
with him.
inside to the big oaken double doors that sort of open up, and you are greeted with a familiar sort of square chamber with the high desk that sits on the back wall, flanked by the two doors. And sitting up on top of that desk is a familiar human male, sort of like graying hair. He's probably approaching his 50s, like mid 40s to late 40s. You recognize him. You talked to him last time you were here. And he sees you walk in. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Oh, that's not nice. What are you doing here?
Well, honestly, happened to be looking for Faith. Is she around by chance?
She is always here. I can probably go arrange a meeting with you. What is the subject matter?
You're gonna think I'm crazy, but it involves getting a soul that has not quite passed through the gate.
I mean, actually, she kind of has some experience with that, so it's not too
Oh,
crazy.
okay, all right.
You wait here. I'll be right back. And she walks through the door, and you're just waiting there for a little bit. The rest of you, are you following in?
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
Yeah, I went with the lake kid.
Izzy and Free, you can just be there if you want. That's fine.
Sure.
They went looking for horses.
Yeah, they were looking
Yeah,
at
okay.
it.
For the sake of
All right,
inclusion.
okay, fine. Everybody, we waited until they came back.
Yeah, and then we went in.
Let's do it that way.
Okay.
I'm back. Hello, run.
It takes, maybe 10 or so minutes before he comes back. And you see him walk through the door and just hold it open, and a familiar older red tiefling, covered in like wrinkles and this beautiful black religious accoutrement or religious outfit that is adorned in feathers and like really nice designs, just walks up and says, It's good to see you again. I heard you were looking for a soul retrieval?
Yes, of sorts. Do you have some place we could talk in a little bit more privacy?
Absolutely. Why don't you follow me down into the lower chambers again?
Don't
More,
do
more
Rogan on his
demons?
phone. Come on, Wade. Do it.
He's going.
You're not needing demon disposal again, are you?
Oh, no, not currently.
Oh, all right, cool. Just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page, so we don't go down there and expecting a fight. Not that it was much of one last time, but you know.
She begins like shuffling along and down to the side of the main hallway. Which, Free, this is a new site for you. You see, it is very akin to a modern church. This like beautiful worked stone walls that come up very, very high and then end up in this point, this arched point at the top. At the back side, you see there is a very large statue of the Queen, flanked at the front by small candles and offerings that people have made, and these like long pews that intersect into these like alleyways with these massive, maybe like 10 to 15 feet wide stone pillars that hold up the support. But she leads you down the side and down to some of the doors, and then down this dark curved staircase with a red carpet into the lower chambers. And you remember, Lakian, that one back room that just sort of gave you like the creeps.
Mm-hmm.
So like gave you the heebie-jeebies. You can just see it off at the end of the corridor, and it's still like kind of like weirds you out a little bit. But she takes you to a closer bedchamber and just sits down. It's a bed and a table, a bedside table, bare bones. But she gestures to you to have a seat wherever you want, and says, "Right, so please elaborate on your problem."
Well,
Hey, my name's Wade,
I was gonna say,
and I
We
got a
have met.
friend stuck in my head.
I don't believe you told me that.
But also, he's also halfway between life and death for the gate. And he's also in the Feywild, we think.
And
It's a
don't
clusterfuck.
forget the demiplane.
Right, they don't play. It's a
Right.
clusterfuck.
My mind is actually demi-plane. Because it's so big.
That
My
is
hand on her shoulder.
peculiar. Very peculiar. I have done one or two soul retrievals in my time, and also delved into various aspects of a person's soul. So I am somewhat familiar with this. I'm not too sure about the Feywild and the demiplane, but I assure you I can probably help to assist you in achieving access to the gate.
That would
If-
be more than enough. We appreciate any and all the help we can get.
honestly, because as he said, the bodies, like his mind, body, and soul are all separated in 3 different parts, and we happen to have a soul gem, so we were hoping that it would be possible to get his soul from the gate and then seal it in there until we can get the rest of the pieces and put it all back together at once.
May I see it?
And maybe a banishment scroll if you're able.
He sort of takes the soul gem from you and looks at it. It is vacant, so it will do. And hands it back. It's for banishment scrolls. I am afraid I do not personally sell them. I am not a marketplace or anything. But I assure you, if you came from Lacrovia last time, the Archivist Echelon may be able to help you with that. Or a magic shop in Lacrovia.
That's actually where we were going to be heading next. So Hope
I
so.
think it's a fine idea. Well, I will need a small amount of time to get the materials ready for such a shift. But I can probably get you there by the end of the day if you give me a few hours. If you are ready to go, we can achieve this.
I think that sounds perfect. Unless, Wade, do you have any objections? I mean, you're the one that will be.
I thought she said we need the banishment scroll.
Oh, no, not for
No.
this. I will be your guide.
To Rovey.
No, to the gate.
To the gate.
The Shadowfell.
Yeah. Soul from the gateway
I'm sorry, the Shadowfell?
today.
Yes.
What do I
Place
know
full
of the
undead
Shadowfell?
and terrible shadows and things like that.
Make a history check, Thara. Or actually make a... Yeah, we'll do history for you.
That's a 10.
Shadowfell, you know of it.
I
but you
got a
don't know
19.
about it. Yeah, you, Izzy, are a little bit more familiar with it. The Shadowfell is a place of darkness and cold. It is a place for the dead in general. But the other thing that you do remember from it is that the Shadowfell is guarded and protected by the Raven Queen.
Oh.
Okay. And because you rolled 19, which is pretty high, the interesting thing about the Shadowfell that you now start to piece together after hearing that, you reside on the material plane, which is where you are right now. The Shadowfell and the Feywild are the only two planes to mirror the material.
Yeah.
They are almost like reflections. So it is interesting that Kev's parts reside on the Feywild and the Shadowfell individually.
I just like Isabel's like brain, like the calculation meme, just kind of goes past her face for a
Nope.
second.
Where are the
Philosophically,
fucking-
I've come to an interesting point. Practically, that's weird. It's just fucking alright. Yeah.
I'm picturing that fucking like the cork board with the like all the red lines. That meme is the one I'm
I
picturing
made
right now.
that joke to Chem like 3 weeks ago.
No, that's
Shouldn't
Cam.
I-
No, is the one with the woman kind of like staring off the side and those calculations
My
like
little
in
board.
the foreground?
It has all kinds of notes.
Yeah, exactly. That's Isabel.
So you're
Free has the crazy conspiracy board.
You're
I
ready
just
to
have-
do this Shadowfell thing right, like in an hour.
I would wager probably sometime. I just need to get the components. I have not been very active recently, so my casting is...
How long we thinking?
Well, when you get there, you will probably have to make a deal with the matron. But I am sure, and she sort of beckons over to Lakian, you have your ways.
No, I mean,
was afraid you
how
weren't
long
going to
before
say this.
you can send us there?
Oh, tonight would be ideal, yeah.
Okay. And all of us can go?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
You are the friends, yeah?
Hey,
Me?
Yes.
not
I
exactly
think it
sure
would
what that
suffice
be.
for all of you to be there.
And this
Are
will
we
use
gonna meet the
the
gods?
soul gem?
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to meet a god tonight? Is that the plan?
If you are lucky, yeah.
I don't feel like lucky is the proper term for that.
If we were to do this, how long would it be able to survive in the gym?
A soul gem is a housing unit. I would wager as long as the gem is active and undamaged, perhaps you will be able to keep him there. Although I would not recommend staying for too long because the things can happen with a person's sanity or health if you delay these things. But I imagine for some time he will be fine, yeah.
So like a couple months should be fine.
You would be pushing it, but yeah, it could potentially last that long.
Okay.
The physical condition may be fine. It's just for that I would worry about the strength of the soul and the sanity.
We're going to
Okay.
do
I
this
mean,
pretty quickly, I think.
Yes, I agree.
As long as it's not just like a couple of days, a week or two.
Could there
No,
Need a
be
little bit-
could there be any damage to his soul from being in the Shadowfell so long?
Absolutely, yeah. It depends on how long he has been there for, and depending on the strength of the spirit.
What if you've been there before? Even for just a short time.
Well, if he has been there for a short time, let's say a day or two, there will probably be minimal damage. You may see some side effects, some nightmares, or general fear of death. But as long as he has not been in there for more than a few months, I think there should be no serious damage.
Ooh.
All right, we'll sort of get him out tonight.
Yep.
Yeah.
We should probably get him.
Yeah, let's do that quickly.
Yes. I think he would be safer in the gym for now.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
think so too.
Well, you are more than welcome to peruse of our cathedral if you would like, or the town. I will be not long, and we can reconvene here upstairs in a matter of time.
Just wait, we will have to find another item to get him off the demiplane in your brain.
We're going to the Crovey anyways.
So didn't Izzy's person say that she had stuff or ideas?
She said she knew of
She
one.
knew about it, so I'll talk
Yeah,
about it.
she had said that she wanted to talk to Izzy.
Okay.
Things.
Do you ask this out loud? Just curious. In game?
If Izzy has discussed it, then yes. I couldn't remember whether
Yeah.
Izzy had discussed that or not.
I would absolutely have said like yeah. But at that I'll say it's like, oh yeah, probably talk to Madeline about it.
You see her head just turn a little bit. Madeline?
Yeah.
Died at the Crovey, aye.
Huh.
Research her.
Interesting. She walks off to go and get the components.
Out of character, most of us know what that means.
Mhm.
In character, nobody has any fucking clue.
Oh.
I know.
That's the
Well-
best part.
Yep.
We set out to find a way to do this, so we may get the first part back tonight.
Nice, perfect.
We are
Make you
definitely
feel a little better.
definitely getting the soul back tonight. No questions asked.
Right.
Flawless.
We're gonna meet the god tonight.
Possibly.
How's everyone feel about that?
About that, I did hear a feminine voice tell me it wasn't my time last time when I got sent back.
So Free's gonna meet a god for the second time, and all of us for the first time tonight.
And when I heard
I feel
what
like
I'm
I'm-
assuming is Kez's voice, he sounded, just like, what are you doing here? Not like in pain, at least.
That's good.
As far as I can tell, he
That's
was
good.
conscious
seem to be
enough
in
to
good
ask the
spirits.
question.
If I know one thing
Well,
about Kev, which is not a lot, but people from Keijo in general, they seem like a pretty tough breed. I think it'll be fine.
We're
Yeah, that's us.
hardy.
Real tough.
always hear a lot, and he still smiles, so.
You know, wait, I was thinking, if part of Kev is in the Feywild, and another part is in the Shadowfell, what if you have a parent from each place?
Shit.
Oh.
So fucking. Do I know what Shadar Kai are?
Equa smiling.
Because you went, oh.
Do I know
Sure
what
you
Shadar
are,
Kai
bud.
are?
How? Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead. Answer that first.
Yeah. I was raised on like stories of elves and elven stuff, so I might have
Yeah,
heard
make
of them,
a
maybe not. All right.
Can I do the same?
Sure.
18 plus 5.
Thyra's just
23.
talking out of her ass. She doesn't really know what she's saying.
I'm just curious
I
if Izzy
don't
knows
know
what
shit.
Dark Eye are.
I'd roll a natural 5 plus
I don't even
whatever.
know what those are.
Shadow
I mean,
Fellows.
I know
Yeah.
what Shadar-kai are, but Thyra's
Yeah.
just talking out of her ass.
Shadar-kai, you would know, is a race of elves that are native to the Shadowfell. They typically worship and protect the Raven Queen. You don't know the specifics about them, but you know that they are there.
Yeah.
You have an idea of who they are and what they do.
I'm gonna get in really close to Wade and like grab his face and like look around and be like, but he's half elf, so he's probably not Shadar-kai if he's part of Ladrid. Or maybe a
What's
part
a-
of Shadar-kai raised in the Feywild.
What is a Shadar-kai?
I'm sorry, the elves who live in the Shadowfell. A whole group of them, whole culture, just live there. They're weird. They don't have a lot of emotions. They're strange.
Yeah.
According to my mum.
That can't be though. I'm half elf, half human, half elf. So
Shadar-kai are elves, so you
But-
might be half elf. Maybe Shadar-kai is like in Feywild. This is just a
do
theory. I don't
humans
know.
live in the Fey and or the Shadowfell? Maybe.
I mean, they could. Like the Fey probably, but probably not the Shadowfell. Maybe your parents lives in the. I don't know. Wait, I'm
Don't
just
only
saying
dead
things.
people go to the Shadowfell? How can you breed if you're dead?
The Shadar-kai aren't dead. It's just a place
not
full of death.
it's a place full of death and shadow. It's not
Elves are remarkably resilient and adaptable.
it's basically another plane, just like the Feywild is another plane of existence. We are on
Different
one, the Feywild's on one, Shadowfell's on one. The fire plane where that fucking Afriti came from.
There's even
That's
a
another
water
plane.
plane.
Water
The
plane,
water
earth,
plane. Yeah.
air, ice,
There's-
mud, ash. The other one.
It just so happens that souls or the dead have to pass through there to go on.
So
Well,
look, what's important is that we can get your soul out of the shadow plane, or get Kev's soul out of the shadow plane, and then he won't be driven mad slowly by torturous wailing of the damned.
I think that'd be nice. Yeah.
perfect.
I mean, his mind is within the demi-plane, so maybe his sanity is safe while he's
Oh,
there.
that could be true. Yeah.
That's true.
I'm
Soul
sure.
may have...
Kev's
No,
gonna
but
come out of
we
this.
discovered he didn't recall seeing me,
Right.
Nope.
so they're separate.
Kev's
That-
gonna come
I
out
don't
of
know.
this different for sure. But I don't think he's going to be like too bad. He's going to be a little worse off, but you know we all are. But I think it's best that we get him out of there.
I hope.
You know,
I fear he might have two sets of memories.
that'd be
this
Yeah.
time.
I'm hoping he remembers all of our adventures together. Since then,
I mean, probably.
I think what it'll be is he'll have a hard time, at least for a while, whenever he's put back together. Because being in the Shadowfell, like, even if he comes out of it relatively sane, that's not a good place. So a soul and a mind are more or less one and the same. They each have their own memories and feelings of different interactions. So it might
Right.
just take him time to deal with each one of those.
As a survivor of trauma myself, it just takes time to sort of get yourself back on, your feet. But he'll be fine. He's a tough bastard.
Thyra's being oddly quiet, this talk of trauma that she just experienced a couple of days ago.
You're gonna be fine. This is not about you.
That's why she's being quiet.
Yep.
So let's
Carrot is
fuck
so
around
safe,
and then get your friend out of the weird.
Fucking goddamn it.
what do you think she meant by give an offering or exchange something?
Well, I have a feeling we'll find that out whenever we get there, and I have a feeling whenever she looked at me, she thinks that I might have a little bit of sway given my current interactions and relationship with the Raven Queen. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Right. And it usually just wants us to like kill some like undead or something. She doesn't like undead, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we can do it.
Okay.
You're
Or if
asking
not,
the
we'll
Raven
just promise
Queen
to like
give
in
us a
soul
life.
for eternal service or something.
Ask
Making
for
them
Free.
okay with selling his soul to the devil.
I think Free had the right of it, though, that we're asking the Raven Queen to give up a soul that it's kind of her domain, so it might be
Hard.
unless, of course, she understands the situation that this particular soul is in and
To be
is
fair,
willing
he
to
isn't
help
dead.
us.
Like he's kind of, but he's not truly dead.
No, he's just fractured.
Right.
So
of
we'd
course
be like,
not,
hey,
he's
we're
not
trying to
dead.
repair the natural order, and like, of course, like, not just be like, we're just gonna take it for nothing. But again, we'll just give up a Lakian soul.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. If we have to make
Yeah.
an exchange.
Yeah, or Kevs. I mean, not Kevs. Weights.
No.
As one who signed away their life, this isn't a funny joke.
Yeah,
I don't worry.
I don't really want no one to die for me.
No,
Not like give them
joke.
the soul and they die. I mean, like they're bound to eternity to the Raven Queen's service even after death.
I mean, considering the situation I'm in, I'm pretty sure I'm already in that boat in the first place.
Well, then there we go. We'll just
So-
offer it twice. Start your soul again.
That's just re-signing a contract he already signed.
I've sold the man his own saddle once.
I've
Now-
sold a man his own underwear.
Was the
so-
saddle
there we go.
on the man? Like people rode the man around on a saddle, and then you sold the saddle to him?
No, his horse had a saddle, and I sold it to him.
You should have said it that way then. What you said made
I
no
did-
sense. Men don't wear saddles.
I forget. You have
I'm
moments
sorry, I went
of
there.
beautiful clarity and true profundity. Like truly, you are a man with a keen mind. And then I remember that you're not that. You're a fucking idiot, and I still love you.
So, you guys, for the next hour, just like sit here talking about this shit, like about what Kev is gonna do, how he's gonna be.
Random
Kev is
bullshit.
like listening to all of it and not being able to speak about it to anyone but Wade, and then like going on these random tangents. At this point in time, like you guys sit here and talk for so long that she comes back and she's like, "Oh, you are still here."
Oh my god! Look at the time. Wow.
Why are you looking at your wrist, Wade?
I just noticed there's a new freckle on it.
Oh, okay,
It's-
alright.
That one's new.
I want to roll a medicine check on that.
Make sure it's not like a tumor.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
skin cancer.
that's a 5.
That's a vibe. Yeah, it's hard to tell where the freckle is because as he pulls up his arms, you see these two large like welts, like kind of like pierce marks on the arm, right there and right there.
Right, he's still healing.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, give me your arm for a second.
Yo,
I'm going to cover the wrist, and then my hands will light in blue fire, and I will heal them.
Well,
Okay.
that's different.
I figured I could do it with your sister. I healed her leg.
So bad. Oh,
I can heal people now. It's crazy.
I'm gonna double check the
When
well.
did this happen? Usually, that's not what you do with people.
I know. It's usually I burn them horribly and maim them, and I eat the corpse. Sorry. That was a joke. The eat. Whatever.
yourself.
But apparently, yeah, I am. Apparently, I can heal people now. I just have to touch them. It's blue fire. It's also fire, which is a little weird, but it's blue.
So
It's
I'll
warm.
say, Wade, it's up to you if the scars start to fade or not.
This is the IV kind of like blood baggy thing. Yeah, I think so. A little bit.
Fair enough.
Right, so I can do that now. Ever since I made that promise to you, Tyler, actually, I've been feeling weird.
Good weird? Bad weird?
I can heal people now. It's all good, I think. And can
When
I
you
also
made the
be,
promise to me.
Chaos has been sullen lately, I think it is. But it means he's not talking as much, which is nice. Freckle remained.
Yeah. The scar healed, but the freckle's still there.
Skin cancer.
Hey,
You're fine.
can I make a roll to see if I know anything about paladins and their powers?
Sure. Roll a. I guess
Religion?
Sana?
Question mark?
general. This is general stuff.
History?
Arcana, maybe history.
It could just be a straight up intelligence check.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say that because it's not necessarily a specific thing. This is more a general thing.
Oh, it's a natural 19, so dirty 20.
You have an idea of what paladins are. They are essentially emissaries or soldiers of a patron or a worshipper of them. It kind of functions in the same way as warlocks do, but it's not quite so limited. They can be more expressive in their magic and tend to lean more towards healers. But you've heard tales of, evil paladins gone rogue and stuff.
That's interesting.
What is? Do you know why my hands are blue fire now? On occasion.
I don't know if you intended to do it, but it kind of sounds like you made a paladin oath.
Good for me?
I guess time will tell.
Question mark?
Depends on how you use your magic.
I mean, I've so far been using it to heal people, so that's pretty good.
I mean, paladins can be good and they can be evil.
I mean, alright.
Just don't let chaos get a hold of. Oh, wait.
It's just interesting that it happened after you made a promise to me.
It's strange. Do I have powers, is it like with chaos? I have to get powers through something else, or?
I mean, I'm not a paladin, so I don't know specifically, but I guess you'll figure it out as you go along.
Faith!
I have been waiting. I did not want to interrupt you.
Do
please-
you know anything about paladins?
Now, Faith, just send us the shadow. What? No.
Yeah, I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you
It's
after
been long
this.
enough.
Let's go meet a god.
A conversation for later. Yeah, let us, Godstairs.
Let's go meet a
So-
god. Yeah.
Your voice sounds a lot like the lizard folk. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it is a very strange thing to say. I'm just old.
I smack Wade upside the head.
She leads you guys up the spiral staircase and out into the central chamber, which you see now is vacant, apart from one person familiar to you, Lakian, a bronze-skinned dragonborn, similarly adorned in these black robes, who just sort of stands there and just has an eye watching as this happens. But
wave.
she leads you. Yeah, she gives you a nod. Faith leads you directly in front of the statue and begins setting things up around. You see small offerings and small statuettes of things. You see an actual black feather that she puts down. It's almost like arranging it in a circle formation. She says,
The last time I really got a chance at this was 30 or so years ago.
Oh, fuck.
I am excited.
she pulls out some chalk and starts drawing sigils on the ground.
Please, everyone, if you would like to step into the circle.
Yeah, step in.
Yeah,
Alright.
step in.
Are we going to go there physically, or is it just our souls?
No, you will go there physically.
That sounds bad.
It's only mildly painful.
She starts to finish up the chalk drawings.
I can reform my bones. It's fine. That hurts every time.
Does anybody want to say anything before we go?
Once
Is
more
there
into the
anything
breach.
I should know, given my current situation with the Raven Queen?
Or anything that she wants you to know, you will know.
Oh, that's reassuring. All right.
Before we go in, just want to say to the group, thank you. I couldn't have done any of this without you. And me and Kev owe you a beer.
I will
You want
Sweet
one
day.
take you up on that multiple times over.
Once more unto the breach, I guess.
You hear the Dragonborn just start to say, "Be careful!" before you are
I
surrounded.
grab his hand.
Grab
Is-
who?
I was about to grab
Is
Faye's
his hand-
arm because this
Oh.
is terrifying.
I'll grip Thyra's hand back.
It is
She's
almost.
just standing here, like, all right.
It is almost like light erupts from the sigils that she's drawn, but it's reversed. It's like this black. It glows, but it is black and dark, as this like thing surrounds you and forms this like central cylinder. You feel your bodies begin to stretch, like uncomfortably, almost like someone's grabbing your feet and holding it to the ground, and then grabbing your head and just pulling and pulling and pulling. It's almost like your atoms are like coming apart at the seams.
Not
It
the
is
first time it's happened.
Mildly painful. She was
Yeah.
correct.
Not the first time Izzy has experienced her body fucking being stretched out. So she's
Mhm.
like, all right, yeah.
But it is instantaneous. And as you blink your eyes, you see that familiar black light starting to fade downwards. And you are in the same chamber, but different. You see, the stone walls and the floor are there. The glass windows are there, and the statue behind you is there. The pews are all there. Except in this chamber, the floor is covered in patches of ice and small, dark, black globules that just sort of float around
Poke
you.
one.
You poke one, and it just your finger goes through. And she says,
Bree is extra creeped out.
I feel like my
Yeah, I'm just
spleen
looking.
went back in the wrong place. Is that normal?
You do get used to that, don't worry.
Give it a
I
second.
don't want to be back here
Right.
again.
I'm pretty sure the big man, the big burly boy, he doesn't always put things back where they're supposed to be. So.
Come.
and she starts shuffling off
Ooh,
towards the
what
front
I
door.
eat?
As she like starts to pull open the doors, she has a little bit of trouble opening these like heavy wooden doors.
I will
help her.
her.
Yeah.
As you do, she just like gives you a nod and a grin and says thank you and keeps moving forward. And she emerges out into the front of this cathedral, and you see in front of you there is no land apart. It is not the same town. It is just this expanse of these like black and grey rocks that are speckled with ice and cold. The temperature is freezing here, and as you sort of emerge, you see instantly your breath fogs at the front. There is almost a discomfort to being here, except for you, Alakian. You have like this vague discomfort, but it is also kind of not. It's like a vague sense of familiarity there.
Yep.
As she walks out of the front door and to the side of the cathedral, she turns to the back of it and stops, and you see this grin appear on the face.
I look the same direction.
As you come around the side of the cathedral, you see off in the distance this incredible, beautiful, crafted black and gold gate that just forms with these pillars intersecting parts of it. And up above the gate, in immeasurable size, is this figure almost floating like an angel. It's a ways off, it's a distance away, but you see behind it there is this like almost whitish light, and you can just make out on the back of it a slender, sort of feminine figure cloaked in black, except for the face, which is not. It is of this like pristine white color. You see a hood that sort of comes down into a long point at the front, and these thick black feathered wings that unfurl maybe like 50 or so feet a piece from what you can tell. And that's
I
where we're going to
smile and wave.
Angel or God, either way. Kind of turned on.
What a session.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
fuck God, guys.
Good job, you guys. You made it.
Woo-hoo! We made the
Um,
correct decision.
Yeah.
Into the Shadowfell.
And
Yup.
Shit, fail.
Back to this creepy gate. Yay!
I'm sorry, those gates are ironically beautiful.
This creepy gate.
Mhm.
Yay!
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go fucking check out the gates to the underworld. That seems like a good plan.
I was gonna say,
Don't
but
look
as the
behind you,
person
your
who died,
wife
Free
will
is
die.
not happy.
Oh, for sure. I mean, to be fair, she could have stayed behind, but you know.
Well, thank you guys for playing my game, and thank you to everyone who turned up and watched today. We appreciate it. We love you guys. It's awesome. But we will be back here next Monday to continue this story and see if you guys can start trying to retrieve Kev. So I hope that you all enjoyed. Hope you have a good one. We'll be back here next Monday. Let's keep making stories together, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Woo-woo!
Bye.